Look who stopped by. Look who stopped by. Ramon Scott. How are you, buddy, from the morning steam? It's Holden here. It's great to have, well, no one here yet. I guess we got to get the word out. We're 10 seconds behind, so really nobody knows that we're talking until they get this. Anyways, Ramon, thank you for filling in for Sean Fox tonight. Foxy's not feeling good. He'll still be pumping out all of his plays, so I'm sure we'll get 1,000 NBA play, or I hope we get 1,000 NBA plays, and I'll be throwing those out. So anytime Fox makes a play,
okay. We will get them, huh? He's watching us. He might be our viewer.
Maybe, but I know he has a ton of pre-flop plays. Okay. He's not feeling good. So what are you going to do? Talk to me here, buddy. So we got a little more college basketball than NBA tonight, correct?
Well, I feel bad, Holden, because, yesterday I did say the C word in the chat, the China virus. And I don't hope that, I know Foxy. It's not going to be the same without a different type of show here. I mean, how am I going to replicate what Fox does on the fly, right? You know how I do when I watch the show. And, of course, I'm in there every time, right? In the chat is, I wish I was fast on the draw to play all those. I'm also in Vegas. It does limit my options as far as props sometimes are concerned. I do have some offshore, but really I kind of go with it if it fits into my straight bets, what Fox is calling out, and if it's something readily available or close to available. Hopefully all of our Nuke the House subscribers can get as much as they can from Fox. But yeah, we'll have a different show probably tonight. And with this massive college basketball card, sure, a lot of college basketball, great NBA card as well, and a few on the ice. And I'll have plenty of plays for sure in college basketball. I know we're just tipping off here right now, and we'll cover the 7:00 games a little bit on the fly. Maybe we'll take some in play, but we'll get some pre-flop out there too for the 8:00 and beyond. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds great to me, Ramon. I'm happy you're here, just more than anything else. Didn't want to talk to myself and give bad bets for a couple of hours. So it's good to have you here, pal. We do have some NBA games about to tip off. We've got the Nets and the Hornets. I mean, these are not good games in the first hour. The only thing I guess we can say is a couple of Pistons are 500. The Pacers are 25-20. Pistons, Pacers, Indy -6. Raptors, Wizards, no interest in that game. Bulls, Celtics would have been a great game to watch in like 1988, but not tonight, where the Celtics are 14.5-point home favorites. The game I'm really looking forward to tonight, though, and I have one bet from it. It'll be the Nuggets at the Knicks. This is a Nuggets team that does not do a good job on the boards. You've got Karl Anthony Towns, who gets a ton of opportunities. So I threw a little same gamer in there. Karl Anthony Towns over 11.5 rebounds. Nikola Jokic, 10 rebounds. We're getting a little over plus money on that. At least earlier today we were. Knicks -3. That is a game I'll be all over this afternoon. And if anybody needs the Fox plays, let me get some of those, because Foxy's he's just throwing them out left and right. Love the guy.
No, let me,
really happy he's part of the team.
Call up the Discord here, right? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm a subscriber. Well, I've earned my subscription.
Yeah, you earned it.
But I've got the plays coming in here, so you go ahead and touch on them a little bit.
Yeah. Real quick, we're on a Jalen Duren double-double -25. Malik Beasley over 14.5 points at -10. And D'Angelo Russell over 15.5 points, -115 on FanDuel. So those are the first three plays here. We got a little Brooklyn action there with D'Angelo Russell. Toronto -6, just from my own personal, if I'm betting basketball, I'm betting it live. But he's taking Toronto -6 pre-flop. Also, with some of these players in that game, Bruce Brown over 4.5 rebounds, Scotty Barnes over 6.5 assists, and Kuzma over 6.5 rebounds. And then KP over 7.5 rebounds, -15. And that's what we got right now. And Onyx, you're on Beasley too. You got your eyes on Beasley. So, maybe this is a bet that I'm going to be tailing right now, as a matter of fact. So I'll be throwing a little Malik Beasley action in. Onyx is on it. Of course, Foxy is on it. Ramon, talk to me here, pal. We do have some really good college basketball games. LSU already out to a 4-0 lead on the number 1 Auburn Tigers. SEC basketball has been terrific this year. What do you got, friend?
Yeah, I'm definitely on a bunch of games here because this is such a big block of games right now, Holden. So, I don't want to touch on any that are just kind of getting away here. We're already 3 or 4 minutes in, but I can roll a few picks here that I'm on here on the card here. I don't know if these are all mainstream games, if you will. These are kind of my favorite games that are left. I took VMI against Wofford here, plus the points. They were getting 11.5. They're up right now, 7-5. I mean, obviously, here we can look at live action. If you guys are monitoring the plays, you're looking to get down here a little bit on some of the games. Obviously, you can roll a little bit in here with me, as we go along. And how about Virginia and Miami here tonight, Holden? Miami having all those problems, I guess. I'm just piling on with everybody. I felt like Virginia was such a popular play. I didn't even send it out, but I did bet it late. I just felt like you look at the line, right? It felt like one of those maybe they know something games because Miami moved to 2.5. And when it did, that set me in action. And I ended up taking UVA against Miami. Look, shouldn't it be one of those ugly UVA score games here? I mean, look, the total was 135. I get it, but look what they played last year, and UVA held them to 38 points. Now, I know that was last year or whatever, but it's still, you get the same UVA, whether or not, even when they change their coach, they're still the same UVA for the most part. So I ended up taking them here tonight as a play as well. So those are 2 of my favorites right now. But I've got we'll talk about all these, and I've got my scores here ready to go. I thought when you said D'Angelo Russell, I thought you were going to say LiAngelo, and I was going to say I might swerve in that corner. Whoa.
You're a funny dude.
See Sean coming in, though, if I can recite some of these plays that are coming in, or you can do it. But
yeah, I love this next play. I'm tailing this one too. Bam Adebayo with the Heat, and I think this game still starts about a half hour from right now. Bam Adebayo double at plus 110, and here's a guy. I think there's a misprice. Here's a guy in Bam that is averaging a double, and he's had a double in what? 1, 2, 3, 4 straight games. Now, maybe books are saying, hey, Bam's got a tough matchup. They got Cleveland tonight. But to me, this number should probably be a little bit minus money. Bam Adebayo plus 10 on FanDuel. That's another Foxy play. So we'll keep that there. Onyx is going back. Malik 25. He thinks Malik's going bonkers tonight. So we'll see. Hey, chat, whatever you guys are on, make sure you drop it in the chat so we know exactly what you are betting tonight. We'll also take some hockey plays. If anybody's got hockey plays, be more than happy to hear what you got. I know our friend Mel's out there.
I'm on some hockey as well.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Definitely. There, maybe I've had my best run here over the last week or so with some of the game. It was some hockey for sure, but interesting with Monk, right? With all the hubbubaloo going on with the Kings here right now, it feels like, right? With Fox, will he get moved here? So maybe it is a little bit of a play there, I think, in the chat. That's a good call.
Are they looking at De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah, well, there's, of course, it seemed like about 12 hours ago, the Lakers were willing to unload, a lot of players to try to land him. But now it looks like, he could end up somewhere else here. Why can't, if I'm the Sacramento Kings, I'm like, why can't we have nice things?
Because they're the Sacramento Kings, and they really haven't been good in 30 years? It's been a little while, hadn't it? A KP 2 threes for Terry Triplett. Interesting you say that, because Fox is on KP over 7.5 rebounds. More from that Miami Cleveland game. He's got a Hartenstein double. He's got a Jared Allen double at -15, and he's got a Mobley over 8.5 rebounds. You know what? I got to take that Jared Allen double too. Now it's -15. Oh, they just moved it to -20. I'll bet it. Jared Allen double. They just moved it to -120 on FanDuel. So I'm battling a little dry throat tonight. So I got,
it travels through the computer,
computer. I got 50 of these Ricolas tonight.
The computer virus, I think. No, I just want to ask you, Holden. Our featured game is the Knicks Nugget. Is that the one we're kind of focused on here tonight? And keep our eyes on here for the show, and then the show ends right around the end of that game, I assume. And unless we're anything that I give out, to be clear, I'm not a team member of Nuke the House. They're only going to count on the records the ones we win.
Correct. That's absolutely. And I did tell the Discord, for all transparency, I said, listen, Ramon doesn't track his plays in here, so I'm not going to throw them in the chat. But if you watch the live show, you're going to get Ramon's. I'll be tailing Ramon's plays. So too late on VMI. I can't get in on VMI, right? That game has started.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people do have some live games, but some of those games may not be on their live menu here. Especially, I was gonna kind of go into the extra board a little bit too, because I kind of hit the extra board a little hard. But we've got plenty of games here, and we'll end up talking about several games. We'll look at scores too, and keep everybody updated. I think everybody who kind of, if they follow me a little bit, knows I like to track Steam moves, and you might even hear my computer pop off. Holden, you've stopped by the show now, you said, and what happens is I subscribe to Don Best and to those line services, and if there is a late line move, that's what happened with the Miami Hurricanes. And the money came in, and I said, sometimes I'm a steam chaser, but not in that game. I was not a steam chaser with that Miami and Virginia game, but Miami is out in front here, 13-9.
Tell me the number you got one more time.
I took Virginia plus 2.5.
Virginia.
So what the line bumped up to at circa. I've got 6.5. Vegas. Huh? And what it
now
is right
now. It's 6.5. If you didn't bet it, you would bet it, right? Like you're still feeling
decent. Waited, right? Is up to with that lead, and they're already 7.5 in with 23 points. So type of game that But I've got my Vegas apps open here. I use here in Vegas, Holden. I use Stations Casino. Of course, I use Circa, as well, and I use the Caesars app. So those are the ones that I have accounts in here in Vegas. And I never changed my address, so I still I'll do the offshore.
So you got the Virginia Cavaliers, correct?
Yes, sir. Okay. Plus 2.5. Yeah.
Plus 2.5. And I'm trying to find them here. They keep giving me the Virginia Tech game, and I don't want the Virginia Tech game. There you go. UVA plus 2.5, -106. Let me get in on that with you. So I'm on it. UVA plus 2.5. We'll throw that out there. That's a Ramon play. And then talk to me about the VMI thing just one more time, because I want to see if I can get in at a decent number.
Yeah, VMI is a big underdog here. They were 12.5, I believe, pre-flop, maybe, or down to 11.5. They do lead here 7 minutes into the game, 14-11. So Wofford, a big favorite. But interestingly, the public tickets were on VMI. I thought I was being sneaky, but maybe, yes, you could say the public tickets, right? But to me, a VMI, there's a lot of people just punching in bets, and maybe they're not as sophisticated. Maybe they just like a lot of points. But to me, that sounds like people are betting VMI that maybe maybe they're basketball experts or more sophisticated bettors, because they are definitely a big underdog here to the Terriers tonight. I figure that's going to be a low score. The total going off there at 145. Let me see. No, I'm sorry. 141 on a slight down move there. And that's one I did send out on my service. I think I could say that here. You've invited me, and
hey, I want you to plug what you're doing before we even get into this stuff. And I was going to ask you here in a minute or two, so just go with it right now. Talk to us, Ramon. What are you doing? Where can people find your stuff?
Yeah. Well, of course, I do a show 7 days a week, the morning steam at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. And, hold on, I'm in Vegas. So you know what time I get up to prep for that show. And also, you can get my picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. Winnable's a great app that touts kind of use a little bit. I'm just someone who's been doing it for a long time. I go back to the days of the 900 numbers. I used to be one of those guys, Holden. Remember when you'd call up?
Yep.
This is the world champion Ramon Scott. And right now on my heavy hitter hotline, I've got for you 5 big plays for Saturday.
Oh my God.
But we don't do it like that anymore. We're calm, cool, and collected on YouTube. And also you can find me. I just rejoined the fam over at Tony'sPicks.com. I used to be over there, and they've had some, unfortunate with the passing of Mr. Wilson, but I've been able to go back over there right now. And those are some elite high level packages that I have over there for my high rollers, if you will, or boutique plays, I like to call them, because they pay. You probably want to be playing a little bit more. Want to be playing Fox money if you're subscribing to me over there. But I'm basically now a homemade tout, I guess. But you never know when that DM's going to come in from a guy like Holden, and all of a sudden it could be a life-changing moment here, pinnacle of my career.
I wouldn't go that far, but I was watching you on X, not yesterday. I think it was the day before. The second I tuned in, you were talking about it. So I was like, screw it. Let me stick around for Ramon. And again, Ramon, very dedicated to space. What up, Daniel Berry? Good to see you in the chat. Our lady Mel. Hello, Mel. Say hello to Ramon as well. We'll see if Mel throws some NHL plays in there. Jason Neff likes the zinger tonight. Porzingis over 5.5 first quarter points. Even money. Onyx is on a little Porzingis as well. And the bet Mel placed earlier, Flyers money line -1 or +154.
Yeah, I went with the Flyers this morning on the morning steam. I did take the puck line and laid a little juice there, but Flyers probably, I think they're actually kind of undervalued here in general right now. Yeah, the Flyers are very inconsistent, and they're up against a Devils team that, a lot of unders for sure, but I don't know. The Flyers may get out. We're 5 minutes in. We do have the first goal tonight. The Panthers here. I gave them out this morning on my show. The Panthers on top of the Kings. What's wrong with the Kings? They're slumping here right now. The Panthers are out to a 1-0 lead. Also, Wild and Maple Leafs here. I like the under here if you want to get on it right now with the Wild and the Maple Leafs. They're 6 minutes in, and I'm on the under in that game. I didn't give it out anywhere, so I'm kind of giving it out here right now. I only bet it. So I don't give out every play I bet, but I bet every game practically on the board. It seems like I play the landscape, Holden, kind of like Foxy a little bit.
Yeah, I got no problem with that, my friend. Mel, I'm seeing a Flyers money line at +154. She's won me some money. So until she starts losing me money, I'm going to keep tailing her. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, they locked it.
Right. And I asked Mel last night, I said, is that Colorado game going to finish 1-0? Mel said, of course not, Ramon. I think it was 4-2 or something like that. I got some more Fox plays coming in, Holden.
Yeah, we got more Foxy plays. Well, that's wonderful. I'm trying to bet this Flyers Devils here. I'll take the Flyers at +30. How about that? Flyers +130, DraftKings. Not as good a number as Mel, but I'm in. I got a lot of plays already then. So I got my own Cat and Joker parlay. Cat 12+ rebounds, Joker 10. Basically even money. I want a Bam at a Bio double-double at +10. We are on Malik Beasley over 14.5. And these are now we got Fox plays. I got your play, UVA +2.5. I hit live, waiting on VMI to see if I can get a better number. Flyers +130. And as you just said, we got a lot more Fox plays. So
yeah, go ahead. You talk Fox plays. I'm going to punch in some more here.
You were talking about Sacramento. And here we got Sabonis over 6.5 assists and over 19.5 points. We got Tremble +420. I don't even know what the hell that is, to be honest with you. And then Malik, it just says treble +420.5 units. Okay. And then Malik Monk over 6.5 assists plus 102 FanDuel. And more plays are coming in. And now he's got Oubre over 17.5 points minus 20, half a unit on FanDuel. So if you want all of Fox's plays every single night, and I'm not going to give everyone away tonight, but if you want all of them, make sure you go to nukethehouse.com. Find the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. You can either get a free week with the code NUKETHEPLAYOFFS, one word, or $59.99 a month, which is kind of nice as well. Denver and the Knicks under 242. Nuke the House, Matt. Oh, Matt, hit the like button so I don't lose my shit. I think that's
right away, sir. Right away. I'm over here.
Oh, look at you.
Minnesota with a goal just when I gave out that under, but here is a goal by Minnesota right now. I see him here. I got 12 monitors here, Holden, and it really paid off today when I was watching. I tried to watch. We were on stream trying to cover 18 games today in the Champions League. I've already spent about 8 hours on YouTube today. They're going to start charging me, I think.
That's all right. We'll only be on for a couple hours tonight, but I want to ask you about that. Was there red zone or something like this? So there's 18 games. How much are the games staggered?
They're not at all. They all had a simultaneous. Well, here's the catch on this, Kush, is that because of the way soccer works, remember, you've seen this. We're all World Cup fans, so you've seen it on that last day of the group. They start the 2 games at once, so you can't scoreboard watch, right? Mm-hmm. Usually they play one game at a time until the last round and the groups only have 4 teams. But here you have a big pool of like 32 teams. Okay. So they started or 36 teams, I guess, because there was 18 games today. So they all started simultaneously. So you can't get up on one another and kind of monitor what other teams are doing. And what you're referring to is the Golazo channel on CBS production on Paramount. And unlike the red zone, where we know where teams are getting in the red zone, you don't know sometimes when there's going to be a build up or something. But so the goals are on a little bit of a delay. But when you had 33 goals in the first half, and then wild second half, teams trying to get in, Manchester City was kind of the headliner because one of the elite clubs in the world was sitting outside the qualification zone, needed to win, and they did 3-1. So it was pretty exciting. We called out a lot of goals. We had plays, and you'll be proud. We posted our spreadsheet, and we ended up on the day with I think it was 36 plays, good for plus 5.5 units. So we might have done better, but we had the guys contribute there. We kind of did it kind of Nuke the House style. We went on the air and a half hour early, said log on here and click this link and you can get our plays. So it was fully transparent. And I think I was the one that kind of brought us down. I think I only ended up there just slightly ahead in it, but I did send out some other plays on my service, which did better than those. So it was fun, man. It was wild, right? Imagine, 18 games at once, scores were going all around. So it was really cool. And the viewership was off the charts. Interestingly, our YouTube, because you know how an organic search, our YouTube was kind of down, but the views on X were really crazy. We got up to about 400 live views at one point. You know how it tallies it up there in the StreamYard. You know where you have it right there on your screen. I don't on mine here because it's your show, but I was floored by that. I'm a star, Holden.
You are. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Look who's in here. Foxy's making plays. Sabonis.
It's the bonus treble there, so that's a PRA, right?
Yeah, I always thought it was just betting over.
He's so sophisticated, I hope I do Fox proud here at least. Or
yeah. As far as that goes, I always thought that a treble was just betting the triple double.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's probably because
look at the. Thought it was Foxy threw that in there. I thought a treble was triple double.
I should have looked at that plus 420. It makes perfect.
Yeah, because you go in TR with the triple and the BLE with the double.
Needs the unlike last night, who was the coach that said, "Oh, he had a triple double. He had 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 missed shots."
Who the hell was that? That's funny,
trying to think of who said that. Yeah, I got one here for you. Bottom of the hour. I'm going to take Wichita State. They're hosting North Texas. We know North Texas plays some low-scoring games, but I don't know if they can kind of keep Wichita under wraps. This one starts here in the bottom of the hour here in 1 minute, and I'm going to lay it here. I'm going to bet it right now with Wichita State +4 against North Texas here. Punch that one in maybe while you I see.
Tell me a little more about that. You know what? You get it in when you come back, you tell me about what you like in that game and why. A little thought process there. We do have the NBA games underway, the early games at least. Nick Claxton, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Brooklyn leading the Hornets 14-7. I do wonder how competitive of a game this is going to be this evening. Righty then. That's about all we got. Oh, Bridges. We're on Bridges. We were on Bridges last night. We're not on Bridges tonight, so that's not what it looks like. Anyways, we got Detroit and the Pacers. Again, Detroit playing 500 basketball this year. Beasley, wow. So Foxy gave out Beasley over 14.5 points, right? He's got 9. Beasley does in the first 9 minutes of the game. And then was it Onyx in the chat? Who was it in the chat that took him to get 25 points at +4 something? So you're on a nice start here. Jalen Duren, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. I know there's a double-double hanging out there. That's what we got mostly, but Beasley's the guy that we're going to have our eyes on in that game. Talk about non-competitive game. 21-4. Toronto on top of the Wizards. We're 8 minutes into this game. Bruce Brown, 5 points, no boards, and an assist. And we'll see if he gets going on the rebounds. That's what we're looking for from Foxy.
I did give out Toronto on the morning show, but man, poor Washington right now with this losing streak, man.
You know, normally I say get a better number in game, but Fox is right on this. Like, you might not see a 6 again in this game. Stick a fork in it. When you got a 21-4. Now, a lot can happen in the NBA, but this just got ugly. Hey, update, if you're betting number 1 Auburn taking on LSU, about 8 minutes to play in the first half, and Auburn was trailing by a couple points. They're up by 5 now. This team's really freaking good. Wow.
Yeah, I have it here. I am looking at it as well. 21-16 with 7:40 to go. I'll cover it like this, Holden. I gave out the under on my show this morning, but you did glance at the way I run my show. I give my play, but I also go with what my chat likes in the game, and they pretty much unanimously like LSU. And what I do is I take all of our best consensus plays and put them in a parlay, and then I hold the drawing at the end of the show, and I take 1 penny for each view there. Usually we get 300, 400, 500 views for the show, so it's a $3, $4, $5 parlay. Today we had 8 consensus plays. So you do the math. It seems like I'm pretty cheap, right? Putting in a $3 parlay, but if you hit an 8-teamer, someone's going to possibly walk away with a couple hundred here tonight with the drawing winner there, including LSU was the consensus play, getting the I think it was 12 points when we were doing the show this morning. I'll keep abreast of it for sure. Yeah, it went off at 12 as well. So right now, though, Auburn looking every bit the part again here as the number 1 team, starting to grab this advantage. So,
have you hit any of those parlays yet?
Yeah, we have, but nothing where they're so nice here. We've hit a handful of them, and they've just said, don't bother, because really they've just been kind of the 2, 3, or 4 teamers. Sometimes we don't get a big consensus. So I sure would like to send someone a couple of $100 for sure. I've sent the prize out to a few people, but it's really only been 10 or 20 bucks. And some of those have even reinvested it in my subscription, whatever. They seem to like me, but I have not been able to send one out for 3 digits, let's just say.
Okay.
But it's a fun thing. The drawing comes on, and the names go on the screen, holding really fast. Everybody who types in the chat is eligible, and then the names come up, and then it ends up on one, and it's pretty fun.
I like it. I like it a lot. So Fox just threw out a play I'm going to tail. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So it's Michael Porter Jr., Denver Nuggets, and Porter Jr. over 5.5 rebounds. Now, there was a while where we were just crushing his over points. Just every single game he was scoring left and right. But we're going to take him to get 6 rebounds here. And let me explain something to you real quick. I shouldn't say over 6 rebounds. I should say over 5.5. And the juice just dropped to 104. I wonder if there's some money coming in on the over tonight. And it's funny because I caught Fox in this. So when you're betting NBA and really NFL to this point, it's just such shady practice, Ramon. So take, for example, rebounds. Michael Porter Jr. to get 6 rebounds, right? All right. Sometimes it'll be minus 120. Tonight, it's minus 105. And then his actual number is minus 104. And I say, oh my gosh, it's nothing. Sometimes it's a lot worse. Do not, unless you're limited. And I think Milo told me that, one of our viewers, do not bet the 6+, 8+, 14+. If you are betting the actual number, bet the actual number on FanDuel. Bet the actual number on DraftKings. Because if you're betting the whatever number plus, you're not getting as good odds. No. Even if it's just a minus 105 to minus 104, it's out of principle at that small number. But you'll also see, where it's minus 120 and then you roll down, it's minus 10. Don't get screwed. And I had just gotten done finishing telling Fox about that. He's like, yeah, I know. I won't ever do it. And then he hit it. I started dying laughing, but that's where we are. I'm
going to play that rebounds here. I also was trying to, and I don't have it on I was trying to get over his assists here at plus 1.5. I'm sorry, at over 1.5 plus $1.14 tonight. I'm looking for that one right now here. We got a few minutes before our featured game here between the Knicks and the Nugs. Yeah. Good game, man. Knicks are looking great too. And no doubt the Nuggets they found their form. I don't know about found their form. It just seems like they were pacing themselves over the first couple of months, doesn't it?
That's that's Jokic. This team still can't perform without Jokic. They still need help off the bench, and they need to learn how to play when he's off the court. I just am waiting for them to do something. But I'll say this. Russell Westbrook apparently washed for the last few years. Everybody's making fun of him. He finally found a team that knows how to use him. And that's really important. So he can handle the ball, rebounds, assists. He can score when he needs to score. I think that is a tremendous addition. And then you got Jamal Murray, who needs to get his head out of his ass. But Jermaine likes him tonight. Jermaine going with Jamal Murray over 1.5 threes. I actually kind of like that. That number is low. Jamal Murray under 1.5 threes. See, I don't like the under 1.5 threes. And then Jermaine going the other way on the Porter, taking him under 5.5 rebounds, and Foxy going over. That's fine. I mean, big deal. No, nobody's right all the time. You're right, Jermaine. I caught myself on that one. Beasley's got 12. This is great. 3 more points and he hits his over. Woo.
Wow. I hope Fox can give me, if I make it like some constructive criticism or endorsement from the man himself there.
Why is that, sir?
Well, because I, value his opinion so much. I mean, like I said, what I say is true about how long we've been kind of doing it. I used to just to make it clear. I know we've said it on a few shows, but I mean, this is a group that I ran with a little bit before the pandemic, when this kind of YouTube capping was kind of getting started. With Keg and Fox and Ant. And Maddie, of course, and trying to remember some of the other guys that we had though too. But that was the core group, and I just started out as a chat guy. And I've done a lot of Holden with high school reporting. I've been with did 5 years with the TV station doing high school football and things like that. But really, this type of thing just kind of evolved, right? The YouTube stuff, and now I can't get enough. I think I'm going to spend 8 or 9 hours on screen today.
It's awesome. Are you married? Not that I'm trying to marry you, but are you married?
No.
No marriage, no kids. You can do it. I mean,
I will say this: I'm 50. I just turned 56, and
okay.
I don't know. This might startle some people, but when I was born, my dad was a 61-year-old Greyhound handicapper. So
Your dad was 61.
Yeah, my mom was 21. No jokes in the chat. You know what was going on.
That is time out.
There's hope for me yet, Holden, is what I'm trying to say.
Time out. All right. By the way, Foxy throwing out Jokic triple-double -105 FanDuel. And if you and Foxy said he values your opinion. What up, Viper? Good to see you in here, pal. So hold on a second. Your dad's a gambler. He's at the track all day.
He was born in 1908, Holden. He's not around. Neither of my parents are around anymore.
He's born in 1908?
How's that? Is that something? I'm 56, man. When you think you were born?
You're 6 years older than I am. So we got a 61-year-old. How did he meet? I don't even give a shit about betting.
No,
right now. How do you meet your mom?
You can figure it out.
How do you meet your mom?
You can figure it out a little bit, maybe. Well, actually, my mom, she had a real job. She was in the car business, did sales, finance and insurance, things like that. So she had a legitimate job. It wasn't like, but may have been a arrangement of convenience, let's just say. And I feel like I've followed the course here, right? When my mom would work her job, Holden, late into the night, I would go with my dad to the Agua Caliente racetrack in Tijuana and watch the dogs. And that's how I got my start betting. What you would do, because you weren't old enough, right? I was only 6, 7, 8 years old. I have my program. You can't go to the bet, right? You got to be even 18 down in Mexico. You'd go to the candy stand and you could bet 50 cents or $1. And then the candy stand man would pay the kids that were betting.
What?
Yeah.
He pay in candy or money?
Whatever either or, right?
Was your dad loaded? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I mean, you just dropped the bombshell on me. I seriously couldn't give a shit about betting right now.
I could be making this up for Viper, but
your dad's 61, your mom's 21. It was convenience, is what you say.
We better get to the games.
You can't tease us with this. This is too good. So hold on. Were you down in Mexico with your dad, or were you up here?
Almost any night my mom worked her late night job, which was probably half the ships, right? That was like Dad would I'd go to the Caliente racetrack. I'd sit there in the stands, and famously when I was 4 years old, the racetrack burned down. And I was there. I don't remember it at 4 years old. I think it was 3 or 4, but I do remember vividly, and you don't know when you don't have cognizance really, but I remember a moment later on when they explained this to me about the lights flashing and how we were rushing out of a build, it wasn't like the fire was all around, but
right.
It was a tragedy that night that burned the grandstand down and they had to rebuild it. But it was a great track, and right now they just closed the dog track last year in July because this is the way dog racing is going. There's only 2 tracks in the U.S. That are left.
I hate dog racing. They treat those greyhounds like shit. Awful.
Well, I loved them. I loved those animals, certainly, even though at that time you didn't know what you were watching as a young, even probably from ages 3 or 4 to my early teens, probably 13, 14. We'd go down there every night, 3 or 4 nights a week for 10 years. And that's how I got to be where I am. Or how I am anyway, as a hardcore gambler, visiting the foreign books after I could drive down there. The foreign book is where you'd go in and bet all the tracks. And it's not like today with all the flat screen. You had like these small TVs and chalkboards and everything.
Uh-huh.
Now that racetrack has been turned into a stadium for my favorite soccer team, the Tijuana Cholos, that I always talk about with Fox there. And Gerardo knows too, because my team lost 4-0 last night.
This is remarkable. What a story. What a life.
Hey,
Ramon.
We're gambling, baby.
I know.
That's what we do now. And, it's a bit of a, lonely life to a certain. That's why I go on and do my shows, right? those people on there. That motivates me every day to get up and have those 100 people in the chat, or whatever. Weekends it gets a little more, and guys like Gerardo in there visiting me every day, and some of the gang that even comes in here to your chat visit me over there. So I'm happy to be here with you, and we're getting ready for a tip-off here in our big game tonight.
Knicks hosting the Nuggets. Again, I'm on the Jokic triple-double from Foxy. I got Cat 12+ rebounds, Joker 10+ rebounds, parlay, even money. Gerardo's in the house, loves the Ramon, just like the rest of us. Eddie Money, Daddy had a thing for your PYT. Okay.
Oh, but I got Holden right here on my, if I may, on my phone here. I want to show this to you, and I don't want to take up too much time.
No, take your time. Hey, we're in no rush here, Ramon. We're good, bro.
We got some games popping off.
We're surrounded by friends.
Okay, well,
and by the way, if you're watching right now on
I've got a hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Wow. Nice.
He's my homepage on the phone. How about that,
Ma? Hopefully, she lived a lot longer than your dad.
No, actually, age-wise, she did not, unfortunately. And she passed away 2004, and I actually ended up having to do some caretaking there, right in kind of the prime years of my, I don't know, maybe that's when I was supposed to be getting some things done socially, but I would have had it no other way. I wasn't going to put her in any hospital or anything. We extended her life by hanging out and watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy and all those shows together when I could, working 2 jobs to kind of help things.
What about Law and Order? Did you watch Law and Order with her?
No. I would only do the game shows, and I had to go back in my room and start gambling.
All right. Ramon, got you gambling. Honestly, me to my mom was a gambler. I'm not as good as her. Wow. There aren't too many stories about great women gamblers. I'm trying to find them, man. I'm trying to find them. I want more women in this industry, and not walking boob bets, like serious, legitimate sports betting handicappers, not the ones that pull their boobies out. All right. The ones that actually know what's going on. Holden, recall Mel's golden rule. Yes. Never bet the Leafs at home midweek against non-marquee teams. So should we be betting Oppo tonight, Mel? Should we be betting Oppo? It's too late because Minnesota's up on Toronto 2-0 first intermission there. So that's not going to happen.
All right.
All righty. Gerardo 2-0 in Australia soccer, 2-0 in champions. All right. Is the soccer done for the day because it's so late over there?
Well, the Champions League, like I said, they were all played at the same time. There is 4 games in the Mexican League tonight. Probably the best game of the group is going to be probably Toluca and Pumas tonight. That's virtually a pick'em there tonight. Pumas started the favorite, but now it's almost a toss-up. Probably the draws might be the best bet there, or unless Gerardo gave us something there. Gerardo, I know you guys are familiar with Gerardo, and usually he says his Mexico plays are coming up there. Maybe Sean's saying no Mexico tonight, meaning he doesn't have any plays, but we do have definitely 4 games tonight. And Gerardo, I think he's saying maybe he'll have some plays coming up.
Cool. I'm down with that. Jokic just scored early 2-0 lead for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray with the assist on that one. I'm pretty sure that Nikola Jokic wrestled his 2 brothers and legit bears. I think he wrestled bears growing up. That's how strong this dude is. He looks a little doughy. He doesn't have much, if as any. And by the way, I think he hurt his forearm. He looks like he's in pain right now. That's not good.
You got me off target, and I forgot to put it on here.
Don't worry about it.
And you know what else he enjoys, Holden, in his spare time? He likes the straps. He likes to. He owns horses. He likes harness.
Chariot racing. Yeah, I know that. But I really think he wrestles bears in the off season. All right, we got Mexican soccer coming up tonight. Cool, let's do it. Sean is not feeling good, but he's still in the chat. He's still making plays. Johnny went 6-0 and 7-1. Wow.
Great. Oh boy, that I wish I would have seen, I could have added some of the plays. I should have. Were they on the sheet? I won't add. I mean, maybe they were on the sheet and I just blew it. I should have looked there, or maybe it was in the Discord and I might have blown it there, but spent most of the time getting ready for a show, I think.
All right, we're on the Pachuca money line. I honestly don't even know where to find these freaking bets. No idea. Pachuca money line, Juarez money line.
It might be referred to as a country. It might just say Mexico, or it might be Liga MX.
It's got to be Mexico. I'm going to go Liga MX to start. Oh, there it is. Pachuca plus 295 on the money line. Is that what you're doing there? I don't know how to read soccer lines. I don't bet soccer.
There's two ways to go. And when Holden said, when Gerardo says money line there, he probably means the three-way. I would think. Yeah, but I often spend. He might correct us here. I like to play the Asian handicap when you're laying a half a goal or taking a half a goal a little bit. I like a decision when I'm betting my Liga MX. So
Gerardo, Pachuca plus 295 or is it Pachuca minus 10? Because I got no idea. I'm just going to tell you, you're good better. And we're not talking. I don't bet big on the guys I'm tailing, but once I start trusting these people, we start laying down a little more. And I know it's only been like 5 winning nights for Mel, but I tailor. I know her stuff. Minus 105. All right, so Pachuca. All right, I'm gonna bet this with you, pal. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna forget that I even bet it. And then the other one is Juarez, and Juarez is minus 20. Is that what you're seeing here, Juarez? So we'll bet Juarez as well. Yeah, Juarez money line. Maybe you get a 115. Jermaine, any Chinese basketball tonight? This show has gone off the rails. And not in a bad way.
I don't know if what the schedule has. I often you might think I'm I know Fox doesn't know, he knows that I do this, but that I do follow the CBA, but only because when I'm prepping for the show, Holden, and I want to watch live sports, it's basically tennis and the Chinese Basketball Association as the options when you're sitting there at 3 a.m. So I do follow Chinese basketball. You can pick it up on YouTube. Every game is on YouTube. And then some of the games, usually one game a night is on FanDuel TV, usually like the featured game. So I'll see if I have any, or I don't even know what the schedule calls for tonight, but we got our own action here, right? With Knicks and Celtics.
Is Jimmer still over there? Jimmer Fredette? Is he in China?
I don't think he is right at the moment.
I
Joker had to go sit down, huh?
Joker sat down. Yeah, he messed up his arm, his forearm. I said,
then he was messing with his finger too. They showed a close up a little bit.
Well, that's not good. That's not good for my parlay. That's not good for the Nuggets. That's not good for the triple double. But that would suck. That team is dead. DED, DEAD. No matter what you want to say, that team is dead without him. Oh, it's 2 fouls. That's what it was.
Okay, thank you.
He's not feeling good.
All over that. See, I'm not following that close. I see Auburn, though, heading off to the locker room with a 12-point lead here at halftime.
Yeah, so we're not going to see Joker again probably till second quarter. That kind of puts a dent in things. But he also has had so many triple doubles in 3 quarters. The difference is he's playing the Knicks tonight. So the Knicks are up 12-6 over Denver. 8:39 to play in the first quarter. Elsewhere in the NBA tonight, we've got, all right, the Raptors still up by 16. 8 minutes left in the first half over the Wizards. Mm-hmm. I am on nothing, absolutely nothing in that game. I think we got Bruce Brown. There's a Bruce Brown bet that Foxy threw out there. All right, we got our first bet that we have won tonight. Let me, my friend, put that on the board. And that would be Malik Beasley. Nice call, Foxy. Nice call.
You get to play the Foxy songs when we're
hell no. That is,
Oh,
he's got the worst songs ever. They're just brutal.
hey, ring them, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring
Yeah,
them.
ring
There
the
we
bell.
go. I did it. I did it. To make you.
Ring your own bell, Fox. I love you, man, but geez, those songs are so bad. So horrible. So, anyways, listen, we already hit the Beasley. We had him over 14.5, and Foxy hit that bet. What's that? 4 minutes plus 18 minutes into the game. Nice job, bro, Chacho. I'm proud of you. That's a great hit for Foxy. Nice way to start the night. He was up 3 units yesterday. I was up 5 units because I took a couple of Kansas bets. So my guy Fox, he has turned a corner. He went through a little rough patch, but he's back, man. He is back and doing his thing. We got D'Angelo Russell over 15.5 points. Right now, Russell's got 4, coming down to about 4 minutes in the first half with the Nets on top of the Hornets, 38-29. Ugh, what a gross game. This total was only 205.5, but 29 points for Charlotte. What do you got in college basketball for us, Ramon? You seeing anything right now? How's BMI doing?
Yeah, I'm going to roll a 2-team. I'm going to roll a parlay here on this day. I mean, I might only get my one chance here, so this is going to be an SGP, just side and total. But Omaha is taking on South Dakota tonight. And look at this one, Holden. Look at this total here. We're actually going to end up going over. This is a situation where I think with this matchup, when we get some of the numbers here, didn't come totally prepared. With all due respect, let everybody know I got the call from Holden a few hours ago, and I was on the air doing that. But my plays are all here and everything. Maybe a sneak behind the curtain of how I roll a little bit, but I'm going to roll a 2-teamer here with Omaha and South Dakota. I'm going to take Omaha here on the road in this one. They're currently a 1-point favorite. This total's all the way up to 168.5. It hasn't gone up really that much, but I'm going to take Omaha. The steam kind of came in on Omaha. It feels almost like still a discount, like it's been some buyback. It does concern me a little bit, but Omaha 9-1 against the spread in their last 10 games, 11-1 against the spread on the road. Meanwhile, South Dakota 3-5-1 against the spread as an underdog. So leg one is going to be Omaha -1, 1.5. If you want to lay the money line, that's okay. 2, I guess. And I'm going to go over here. South Dakota is a massive over right now. 16-3 to the over this season, 8-0 to the over at home. Omaha doesn't have over tendencies necessarily. In fact, they're 1-3 to the under as a favorite. But again, they're just a 1 or 2 point favorite. So I'm going Omaha and over tonight. Omaha. And over. Yeah, 2-teamer here. Omaha, Nebraska, Omaha, South Dakota, over. Omaha and over.
All right, our boys that bet the zinger are doing well. Jason Porzingis went over his first quarter points 3 minutes into the game. That was 5.5. Nice hit there. Jason, Onyx, I mean, he's close to hitting a plus 345, but he nailed the Porzingis threes. So both of them are off to good starts tonight. Fox, again, has already hit Beasley. The boys are firing, man. The boys are firing away. Do you bet golf, perchance?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. Let me throw you a couple plays, and I want you to, because when you're betting golf, and I get it, people are going, well, you're betting golf. Golf is a great sweat. The last 9 holes on a Sunday. I absolutely love, I'm getting back into golf again, betting golf. What do you think of Morikawa this week?
You look at my ratings here and see who.
Please do.
Again, I haven't gotten into it yet. Okay. I certainly think when you look at the projections, I mean, you can certainly say right now with Scotty returning this week, Morikawa, you got Rory in the field here this week. So I don't know if they're at the top of my value charts, but usually what I do, Holden, usually pick 5, 6, 7 golfers, and I roll with those guys in, futures to win, top 5s, top 10s, top 20s, kind of aiming for, like you said, when you get down to that final round, right? If you got somebody in there and you're riding a 50 or 60 to 1, and hey, look, I'm a guy who locks in profit. I'm not ever sitting there if it's kind of close or whatever. If I can hedge a little bit with a guy who's winning and my 60-1 shot is a stroke back or whatever, and that favorite is, minus $2 holding a, 1 or 2 stroke lead or something with 9 holes to play, probably going to play, a hedge on that. I have to earn here at this point. So I think Cantlay probably for me this week is probably my top of my value board. Ben Griffin here also is trending for me. Denny McCarthy. And I haven't looked at the odds yet, so I forgive me a little bit on that. Going to get down to business here tonight as we were hit Pebble Beach, so you have course history to look at certainly as well. I have those numbers, but I don't want to bore you. Harry Hall, he's been off to a pretty strong start here so far this season. His odds are 80-1 here to win this tournament. A guy who's been looking pretty good right now. Here he's played here once and got a 34th place there. So Sam Burns maybe also this weekend, another long shot here. Nick Dunlap 100-1. These are some of the guys I think I'll be looking at if I just want to pick out 5 or 6. Maybe we can go over even a few more. I don't know if you caught this week. It was one of the worst kept secrets in golf. They moved the Riviera tournament down to Torrey Pines again. So I've walked that course many times. I was a Tiger chaser a little bit in the first round when he won that famous, duel there with the veteran, if you remember, back many years ago. But my favorite player, Holden, he actually plays on the Live Tour, but a guy used to visit me when I was a restaurant manager in La Jolla, and his dad is a starter at Torrey Pines. Pat Perez, good. A good acquaintance of mine throughout the years. He's kind of the everyman golfer too, right? This man can put down a few Coors Lights, let me tell you.
If you are betting the Nuggets tonight, it's just been a shit show. First of all, they're down 20-8. That's one thing. Not only is Jokic in foul trouble and he hurt his forearm, but he's out because of foul trouble. Michael Porter Jr. So the two guys I got money on in this game, Jokic and Porter, both sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. Halfway through the first quarter, just a complete shit show for the Nuggets here. They got Julian Strother, Christian Brown on the floor at the same time. That's not good. We don't need that. So, but I will say this, Joker's got something around that forearm, man. And that, woo-wee, you do not want to see that if you're an NBA fan, but especially a Nuggets fan, man. This is brutal. Brutal. All right, let's get back. We'll go around the NBA. We'll see what we got here. Yeah, Pacers blitzing the Pistons. It's 61-43. Pacers on top of the Pistons. Great thing. We already cashed the Beasley, though. He got the 15 points. I have nothing else in this game. The Nets, Hornets coming back a little bit. 42-31 with the Nets on top. Again, I don't think I'm on anything. I know D'Angelo Russell is one of Fox's plays this evening. Raptors 44, Wizards 32. I think we got some Scotty Barnes this evening as well. Cleveland and Miami. So we're doubled down here on double doubles.
I see Fox coming with a few more here, Holden, if you want to cover him. He's got some CJ and some Zion coming up.
He's got, oh, really? All right. CJ McCollum.
Just into the Nuke the House newsroom.
CJ McCollum, over 19.5 points. Fat Boy Zion, 34.5 PRA to the over. Gafford, 16.5. Gafford, Fox plays him every day. Every day he plays Gafford, and it works a lot. I'll tell you that much. So Gafford is somebody that seems to always be on Foxy's radar, and he is right now. Hey, we're 1 hour into the show. I'm not guaranteeing a long show tonight because Ramon's doing us a solid tonight, but I will say this, that we're going to try and win you as much money as quickly as possible. I know we already got guys in the chat that are up with their bets. We got the Beasley home. Let me see the Gafford line. Yeah, Gafford 16.5 minus 10. If you want to go to Sugar House, Bet Rivers. That's where you can get the best Gafford line. over 16.5 -10. If you can't, go to FanDuel -14. Not a big deal. Pirtle just scored 15. Holy. Oh boy. Oh boy. What else you got for us? How's your college play doing? We got UVA, we got VMI. What's going on in your world here, Ramon?
Well, I know this was before the show, but I did cash Colgate and over. Army won tonight. Or no, I'm sorry, it was a split here, I'm afraid, but it did go over tonight. Colgate and Army's a final, 84-72. They're coming down to the wire here. Furman leading Samford 70-65, and also I'm watching Charleston Southern and Upstate, and Southern leading by 6. We got exciting ones at halftime. How about some of these, Holden, if anybody wants to play any halftimers? Wisconsin and Maryland. Maryland leading by 1 at halftime, 5.5-point favorite here. My chat loved Maryland today. I kind of agreed with them, but right now Wisconsin hanging in there. Mason over Loyola Chicago, 24-17. This one's halftime line. Mason 1.5. We know Mason's played pretty well this year. They're almost covering here at this point, but with this low score, pretty interesting here. 1.5, 67 looks like the halftime line. Actually moving lower here dramatically. Big move here to the over. To the under. I'm showing Circa already down from 66.5 to 65.5 juice to the under in that game. Rhode Island is beaten up here on UMass 46-38. I gave out the over on my premium service there. Temple over Charlotte 37-36 at halftime, and Florida Atlantic is all over Texas San Antonio 47-32. I might have an L there, but VMI is leading, Holden 43-32, 2.5 minutes into the second half. Looking pretty good here for sure right now. Over to the other game with Virginia and Miami. Virginia has reestablished control here and leads 42-31. I'd say that might be an over so far, as I talked about that under, but yeah, we're on Virginia and they've opened up an 11-point lead here.
All right. I lost my shit last night. I'm not going to lose my shit tonight. But look what Jermaine said. Hit the like. Literally takes 2 seconds.
And did you get all these some more Foxy coming in? I think, did you leave off with Gafford?
I'll get there in a second. But
okay.
6 likes an hour into a show.
I forgot. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
not worried about you. You're doing the show. That's ridiculous. We do this for free. We love doing this for you. Win you money. But if we're going to sit here at 6 or 7, if we don't get 25 within the next 30 minutes, I'm out of here. And we can go sweat this action off the air.
All right, you're going to take away my big moment here.
What's your big moment?
Being here on screen on Nuke The House.
All right, I'll give everybody till 8 o'clock.
Well, if the Nuggets, if Jokic does have a problem, and it ruins our featured game tonight. Now, in all fairness, I did send out the Knicks on my winnable service tonight as my play. Laying the 3 points. I'm really impressed with the way they've looked right now, especially racking up those big points in the last 2 outings, man. I think the Knicks I don't think they're ever going to be overlooked, but the way some of those teams in the East are playing, you got to put the Knicks in the group right now, almost the way they're going.
I don't see them win a championship.
No, but you can't argue with this success here of late and how they've kind of stepped on the gas here a little bit.
Despite Dolan owning that team. Despite Dolan owning that team. They've gotten there. Is this true? Porzingis scored 13 of the first 15 points for the Celtics. You guys that were on Zinger, will you tell us in the chat what you saw? The reason why we were all over him tonight? Because we had a first quarter bet. We had threes. We had everything. You guys were all over it. So congrats to you. Let's go check out our hockey board here. Devils have taken a 1-0 lead over the Flyers, just underway in the second period. 1-0. Also second period just underway there. Minnesota 2, Toronto 0. Florida and the Kings. The Panthers on a power play, up 1-0 over the Kings, just underway in the second period there as well. Any action in Vancouver, Nashville, or Pittsburgh, Utah coming up later tonight? Or are we just going to fade that?
No, I did. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. No, I did take Nashville in the game tonight on the road here again. I mean, sorry, let me get that straight. Vancouver on the road here tonight against Nashville. It seems like Nashville has been really popular with the sharps. If you look at the line movement, remember they got off to a crummy start record-wise, and only now have they begun to kind of turn it up here and win some games, trying to salvage their season and get the ball rolling because they've really been a big disappointment. But you look at this series, Vancouver's won 5 straight times here into Nashville, and Nashville right now they're playing well, but I like that series history a little bit, and I ended up on Vancouver in this game, winning 5 straight and covering the puck line each time they were in those trips. So they weren't always favorites. They were underdogs in some of those matchups, but I'm on Vank.
Already, let's back to the NBA real quick. Mavericks, Daniel Gafford over 16.5 points, over 2.5 blocks at a half a unit for Foxy. That's even money. Norman Powell over 3.5 rebounds. Derek Jones over 4.5 rebounds, half unit. Devin Vassell, 16.5 points to the over, minus 105 at FanDuel. And again, if you are not a member, you can get all these plays. I'm not going to roll through them as fast, but you can get all the plays, Foxy's plays. I was talking with Keg today. We did our NFL show. You can check that out on the YouTube channel. I think we got 15 bets already in for the Super Bowl. We're 4 days in. I mean, I don't know how many bets we can place from here on out with player props, though. We were discussing this. There's a few guys where the numbers have actually come down, like Travis Kelce. That's one guy. Barkley's rushing numbers come down a little bit, but there's some numbers that are just ridiculous. And Fox had a little different opinion than Keg. Fox is like, if you really like the number and it got bet up 3 or 4 yards, but you think he blew through it, you can still bet it. I'm not a guy that's going to do that, but it's tough to argue with Fox's track record. He is spectacular at what he does. Kegger, the best bettor that I know, he does it a different way. They bet different ways. Foxy's a volume better. Keg's a ladder better. So many different things. Let me bring this up right now, Ramon. By the way, are you sharing something with us on the screen?
Yeah, I thought this might be my one chance to talk a little Super Bowl with you here. And I'm in a confidence pool with a lot of other great handicappers, many of the names you might recognize if you hang around these YouTube parts. And this is a confidence pool here. You rank the games 1 through 13 each week here. And I'm in position, if you can figure this out, if you guys know how this works, right? You assign the number 1 through 13. You see Loshak there. He's a very, famous handicapper on YouTube dating back to the old SBR days. Now he controls his own destiny here on top with 74 points. We don't know. We haven't picked the final game yet. You could pick it, but they don't reveal it yet until close to game time. So Pete there, he's got his 7 left, right? So he has 74 points. This was 43 entries, I think, at $50 a piece. So and it pays 3 spots, I believe. And so I also am kind of in control of my own destiny, at least for a cash. I cannot pass Mr. Loshak if we pick the same team. You see there, he's got 74 points with his 7 left. Okay. I have 70 points with my 5 left. Chill Will, unfortunately, has just his 1 left, so he could cash if we all pick the wrong one. Jimmy the Bag there, he's also a very popular handicapper on YouTube. He does a famous show for several hours, several times a week on the PSR channel here, and he has 65. He can't catch me. None of these guys. Mikey Raw, he can catch me there, I believe, with 60. He can only get to 72 there. So he would need me to pick other. Here's the one, Holden B. Lee. He's got 13 left. So he could finish with 76, and I can only finish with 75. But if you look down the list, no one can get 75 points other than myself, Loshak, and B. Lee. Now, if I pick opposite those guys, I can win the whole ball of wax there. And again, like I said, 43 entries or whatever it is at $50. So you're probably looking at about a $1,000 payout, over $1,000 payout for first. I don't know, probably be like 400 or 500 per second, maybe a couple hundred for third. So maybe the chat can give me some advice on maybe who to pick, or I think I know who I'm picking. I don't know if I want to reveal it here on the show, Holden, but just in case one of these guys sees me. But nonetheless, just want to show this unique pool here that all I have to do is win, and I cash first, second, or third here, as long as I pick the winner of the Super Bowl. If I lose, some other people can move up as well as if they pick the other team. So just wanted to show this here, and maybe it's maybe a little braggadocious there with my result there. Like I said, out of all these entries here, you see how many there are. Just going down the list there. Some guys have quit down here, obviously, but it shows there that I did pick out of the 12 games so far. I do have 3 losses. You probably can figure out which ones they were, but in position here, possibly for $1,000 payout. And you know what? Like I said, there is some earning to that, right? So if I do play, when I do pick one of those 2 teams, I'm obviously in position. We'll know as the game goes along as well what the other guys are on. You can't change it or anything, but I can move some hedging in there a little bit with some points, see what happens a little bit. And I probably will do that, especially if my team maybe, were to fall behind by even a field goal or something. Just make sure I get a few $100s out of it. It was just a $50 entry, but I'm not one to go, $1,000 or nothing, because if I lose that game, probably not going to cash. So the object is to win, and I might have to come back on the dog a little bit to make sure I grab a couple of hundred, because that's just the way I do it. And I know I know Keg's not going to fret on that, certainly. Getting the news here right now, Kush, that KD is upgraded to probable. I knew that.
He's going to play.
Official word is coming down here.
Yeah, KD's in tonight. He is available to play, and that's the big news that came down over the last, 2 or 3 minutes. So we got that. We've got, gosh, I want to talk about the Super Bowl some more, but we got to get back to these bets. NBA, NHL, college basketball live betting show. Ramon is here tonight. Ramon from the Morning Steam on YouTube. Big fan of this young man. Well, I mean, you're not young anymore. Neither am I. Who am I lying?
I might look younger than my age. All right.
Who am I lying to? Yeah. Have you ever, just to see how goofy you look, put a wig on?
Well, you know what? Everyone kind of teases me a little bit, but I only grow this because I'm trying to accentuate the deficiencies, right?
Right. Yeah. Sometimes I take Casey's
leave all this and let this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not here to impress anybody, except with my gambling knowledge.
Yeah. All right. Let me tell you what's going on in a few of these games. Big game tonight. Knicks leading the Nuggets. Now, it was an ass whooping early, but Nuggets going to run. Jamal Murray, he's 4 of 7. Somebody had the under 1.5 threes. Well, he hit a 3 in the first. He's got 11, 4, and 3. Jokic and Porter both on the bench. Jokic basically the whole first quarter. He's got 2 points. It looked like his forearms bothering him. He had 2 quick fouls. Porter had 2 quick fouls. Unfortunately, I am on both of them. Rebound-wise, we've got Karl Anthony Towns to get 12. He's got 3. That's where we are in that game. Decent start for our 2 double-double guys tonight. They're both on the bench as of now, but they'll be back in a couple minutes or so. Bam Adebayo, 5 and 3. Need a double-double there. Same with Jared Allen. We need a double-double. He's got 6 points and 2 rebounds, and those rebounds are definitely going to come. I don't have anything in the Raptors and the Wizards, and it's a 19-point game at half. I'm not going to bother with it. We already cashed Malik Beasley over 14.5 points. Thanks to Sean Fox for that one. I think he's got a Jalen Duren double-double. 9, 4, and 2 for Duren as it stands right now. And then Brooklyn smashing the Hornets 53-37. And again, if you were on Fox's D'Angelo Russell play, he's got 4, 5, and 4 so far in that game. NBA. Did you hear what Adam Silver had to say, by the way, about the
10-minute quarters?
I want everybody to listen to this, okay? Yeah. 10-minute quarters and 2 free throws when you get fouled on a 3. If you didn't hear this, this is what Adam Silver is talking about with the owners right now. And I would say he suggested, would that be a good way to say it? He suggested that they might have some changes.
And I'm probably in a minority. As we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is
but
is
if
40
you
minutes.
like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, it
Sounds like he's been hanging with Manfred a little bit too much.
That was on the Dan Patrick show, obviously, but he's talking about the Olympics. There's really no commercials in the Olympics, right? And then if I'm at the arena, guys are already taking off all the time. I'm getting robbed at 8 more minutes. Why
are rotations the way they are? Why can't we? How would it affect players, superstars? Maybe to play less minutes, play deeper benches, see who the real best teams are. Anyways, we know this league is superstar driven, and then they take the games off. I know there's preparation. Yeah. I know the injury risk can still be the same, but couldn't we train and pace the superstars a little bit to play more games and less minutes and see? There are certainly a lot of great basketball players out there, even if they aren't, big names. They can get in there and mix it up. Go ahead, Holden.
If I am the Players Association for the NBA, first of all, I'm pissed off because there's no way you're keeping that many guys on. You're not keeping 12, 15 guys on the bench. There's no need for it. If you're taking 8 minutes out,
okay.
There's no need for it. That's the first thing. Second of all, people just hate change. So maybe it would be a better product. I'm not sure. It doesn't bother me, the 48 minutes. I've grown up with it. I've been around a long time. I don't mind it. That's the next thing. And the third thing is, what about all the records? What are we doing with the records? Now guys are playing 8 less minutes in a game. Now they probably won't play a full 8 less minutes in the game. Maybe they keep it, but now all the record books are you're going to have to skew that. So I'm not buying it. I do want to update you on Jokic, though. He's still on the bench, and we're about a minute into the second quarter. Now, normally he's sitting at the start of the second quarter, but this is a bit concerning. That he's not in there. But Michael Porter Jr. is also on the bench. Both of them have 2 fouls, and Porter's played 4 minutes. Jokic played 2. Can I get an update from college basketball, my friend? Anything you're on right now?
Yeah, well, just add, I think I can, if I'm on the record, right, even though the show started, I think if I did my show or something, I can tout a winner. So
yeah, absolutely.
Stanford and Furman, we gave out the under this morning. It just went final here. Mm-hmm. You might say, Ramon, what are you doing? But that was the first game on the card. I always like to do the early start, right, to get everybody gambling early. Gave out the under there with Stanford and Furman. Furman won that game 72-70. It's not a game to sneeze at either. Both teams are excellent in the Southern Conference. Furman came in 16-5, Stanford 17-4. So it was a good game there. And Furman got the win. And Charleston Southern did knock off Upstate. But as far as those games, some other key games, certainly we've been tracking that Wisconsin-Maryland game. Wisconsin continues the lead here, 42-39 there. Temple and Charlotte, interesting game here. Charlotte hanging in there with Temple, 51-49. Our VMI, they're leading by 5, but remember we're getting nearly a dozen. And VMI continues to lead in our Nuke the House live play there. Also, the big Auburn LSU. I think LSU, give them some credit. They're still down 12. That's the number, but 13.5 to go, and Auburn leads by 12, 55-46 now as LSU nails a 3 here. Houston and West Virginia talked about the slow pace, right? I know everybody was kind of on West Virginia today. My chat was certainly on them. This was one of the featured games of the early window here. I agreed with the chat because you know how it is in Morgantown, Holden, and how strong they can be. But you do have Houston, pretty strong. They're up 43-35 with 13:49 to go. So Houston, they're not quite covering yet, but they're close already. Texas Tech, that strong home court, but TCU hanging in there, 43-39 right now with 14.5 to go in that one. And we talked about the Virginia game. They're up by 5 here, 12:09 to go right now. So they're hanging in, or they're winning there, obviously, and getting those a couple of points. A couple other interesting games. Virginia Tech, a big shocker here so far, upsetting Florida State on the road. They're up 45-34, the 11-point dogs right there. And Virginia Tech might be springing an upset tonight. Game that just reached halftime that we did talk about here. I liked Wichita, but they do trail North Texas 30-24. Talked about how North Texas likes to muck it up a little bit. I thought it might be a little bit higher score than this, but North Texas leads 30-24. And Holden, grab your seat on this one. DePaul leads UConn by 8. 10 minutes game here right now, the 13-point dog UConn. How about it there? Also, we did did we gave out UAB, right? They're up by 6 with 10.5 to go in the first half, 19-13. And how about our little parlay with Omaha? Are we getting that high score? It's 13-12 with 12.5 to go. So I'd say it's not on pace at all for that over. Let's go, guys.
Let's go.
Other big games, a couple other big conference games here a little bit. K-State leading Oak State at home, 18-11 early. They were 7.5-point favorites there. They're 8 minutes in the game. Now they're up 10. And Xavier and Creighton here. Xavier hanging in there. Gave out Xavier on the morning steam, plus 6 points, 6.5, 23-23, 8:47 to go. And we got a group of games starting off at the top of the hour. I'll mention one move that came in, a steam move, did come in on the game between as we were sitting here. St. Mary's and Santa Clara got steamed to the over. It was 139 when it got steamed, and right now Circa's at 141. So Taylor fade, but this is the sharp move that, the Don Best sends out the line. I pay for their top service, and we're kind of get those moves. You hear the steam. Some people say you got to put it in context. One thing we do on the morning steam, I let that noise come through and I recite the steam moves as they come in, because some people say, it's just I'm giving you actionable information when I give you those steam moves. You can hear that steam. You can go right to your book, and that game is moving. It's not just some gimmick that I have, as part of the show called the Morning Steam. I really incorporate that into the show. So if any more happens here, I'll let you know. But got a good card of games coming up, 6 o'clock with St. Mary. As I said, St. Mary, Santa Clara, big game in the WCC. St. Mary's does have Gonzaga coming up, but Santa Clara is doing a great job this year. Feels like St. Mary's is better, obviously, than Santa Clara. They already beat Gonzaga, or St. Mary's is better than Gonzaga this year. They already beat them once. Other good games in that group include maybe Rutgers and Northwestern. Big games, Texas and Ole Miss in the SEC, Alabama and Mississippi State in the SEC, and that classic ACC matchup holding California and SMU.
What game was the other night? And I'm saying to myself, what is going on here? Like, seriously, man, it's wild. It's wild. A couple things to update everybody on. How many throat lozenges you think I've gone through so far? Take a guess at the number.
Is that some type of grape flavor? Or?
It's Ricola berry. I've eaten.
All right, I'm down with that. I don't like the original Ricola flavor. I need some berry, or I'm an old Luden, like a Luden.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I can't miss the show, so I just got to put these lodges in. It's number 13. I might have to get up in a few minutes, get another one. Okay, everybody, let's clean the slate for a second. No, I got one more thing. Sabonis over 6.5 assists and a triple-double. Fox's play there with Sabonis looking very good, both of those. Okay. Nuke The House Sports Betting, home of the best live bettors in the world. I'll put our boys up against anybody.
Final.
What just went final?
Was that game that I mentioned? I think they were just a little slow to the draw here with the matchup. Charleston Southern 82 and Upstate 75. Those teams are really bad, though, Holden. They're both playing about 35% winning percentage. Just of note, Charleston Southern did get the money in and over.
These refs suck in the Knicks Denver game. If you went to go watch the Stars tonight, Karl Anthony Towns just picked up his third foul. We're 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. Jokic has played 2 minutes because of 2 fouls. Porter's been on the bench. He played 4 minutes, 2 fouls. Stop it, Ray. Let these guys play. Ugh. I hate it when these refs do this. Anyways, nukethehouse.com. Subscribe. You get a free week if you want to. No payment necessary. If you don't want to re-up after a week, don't. We won't charge you. Sign up for any plan. Nuke the Playoffs is the code. Okay, you get a free week. $59.99 a month. What we do is we send you live betting notifications in real time right to your phone. So if you're looking for plays, you don't have to watch these shows. Yeah, that's all Fox's plays. All those went out.
Subscribe. Well, like I said, I earned my subscription by making these appearances.
You absolutely. Oh, I'm paying you. I'm paying you tonight, so it don't matter.
Whoa.
I told you I was paying you.
About that.
Come on, give me a break. We're not messing around.
Highest paid handicapper on YouTube.
There you go. I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
Also,
money bags.
Coop's thrown out golf bets.
I'm sure Keg is an excellent employer.
You think? I mean, me and Coop and him are our owners in this, so it better work or we're all screwed.
Can't wait to get my NASCAR plays. I know we got a unique race coming up. So
yep, 100%. Coop just threw out 2 golf plays. If you're a subscriber, go check that out. 2 more golf plays from Coop. He's really good at golf.
Any of them mine? I'm curious now.
Yeah, you can go look it up. He just dropped those 2 plays. So let me tell you what else is going. I mean, this is amazing. Jokic didn't even come back. I wonder if
I've been on X and I'm trying to, I just make columns with the beat writers usually, and trying to see. I mean, I think you've got it right. I don't think we're seeing anything. Nothing really has come down. From the line, saying that he's questionable to return or anything. I'm not listening to the game. I do. Pro tip, Holden, I do put closed captioning on every single TV. That helps me acquire the information as I'm watching, right? I think that's a great, if anybody doesn't do that, some people are annoyed by it, but I can't have it any other way. I put closed captioning on every TV. The funniest though is when you watch Arena Sabalenka and the thing actually says grunts with every stroke. But no, I'm trying to see if we can get that info. You keep saying forearm. I see him with that thing on his.
Here's the other thing, though.
He kind of do that a little bit when he's sitting, but I mean, obviously, there's an issue.
Porter Jr. hasn't come in either, though. Porter Jr. has been sitting with 2 fouls. He played 4 minutes. I don't know what the hell Michael Malone's doing tonight. Some of his decisions are completely baffling. He's a good coach. I don't care what anybody says. Won a championship. Blah blah blah.
Well, those guys are getting there and playing defense.
This is just stupid, man. Unless Joker's hurt, he should be in there. Porter, he's not hurt, and he should be in there with 2 fouls. Maybe they're he's playing a defensive lineup at this point, and he was getting smoked. But
you just said Towns went out. Why wouldn't you capitalize on that moment?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. Let me update a couple things, though. We're on a Jared Allen double-double thanks to Foxy. Right now, Allen's got 6 and 5. About 90 seconds left in the first half of that Cavs Heat game, so that's looking good. We've got a double-double on Bam Adebayo. We're definitely in striking range there. 9 points, 4 rebounds. So Bam, we might get both of those there. Wizards, Raptors, again, I got nothing here. Sacramento and the Sixers, Sabonis 5, 9, and 6. So let's see here. Foxy had over 6.5 assists. He's right there. Triple-double looking really good right now. He's only got 5 points, 5, 9, and 6 for Sabonis. Pistons, Pacers, we already cashed the Beasley. What's interesting about that is we were over 14.5. He hasn't scored since he got the 15, and we're at the end of 3. So that's really interesting. Thank God that cashed, and it cashed early. And that's really what we are on. Cash Kuzma. Nice job, Foxy. Appreciate that. Classic Leafs, Holden. Classic. Yeah, they're losing again, huh?
2-0, 2-0 right now. Holden there with the Leafs trailing the Wild. Also Devils 2-0 and Panthers 1-0 late in the second.
Man, Joker. All right, so here. Joker went to the bench. The Knicks went on a 15-0 run, and now it's tied at 35. Fascinating. Again.
You know, hey, don't question this. Don't question Malone, okay?
Oh, I'm questioning him. I don't get this, but
just like me, even when I'm wrong, Holden, don't question me.
Fathead said time to hit the Joker alts at half. We'll see if he comes back in, man. I don't understand what's going on besides for the fact that maybe it's just the defense, and they've actually gotten back into the game because of defense. Okay, you know Jimmy Vaccaro, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I often that is my favorite place to head down to. I often go once or twice a week to the South Point. Of course, they've got the hot dog cart. It is $1.25 now, but I am a Vienna beef guy. And if I see Jimmy, I don't think he knows what I do. And really, it's just passing comments. If he's, how he walks around, just comes out behind the case, how he does it and everything and makes his little TV appearances. But I absolutely love him.
I wonder if Joker's coming in. The Twitter's looking at it right now, saying maybe. Okay. So anyways, Vaccaro just threw $55K on the under 49.5 in the Super Bowl. Just saying, not saying. I kind of was thinking today what the final would be. I was thinking like a 20, like a 26, 27, 26 weird thing. By the way, Joker's back in the game, folks. Okay. Finally, Joker's back in the game. You might be right, Fathead. We might have to hit some alts at the break.
You remember what the score was? I mean, they got into the 30s last time, and these teams kind of look the same. I'm sorry that people don't really. Maybe Kansas City's defense doesn't intimidate you, but I think they are the smartest defense in the league.
Yeah. Smart.
I also believe, Holden, that the Eagles will go off the 1.5 point favorite when the game finally goes off. And I don't know if that clues anybody into what I'm kind of doing.
Hold on. You think the Eagles are going to swim back to favorites?
Yeah, I do.
Whoa. That's
I don't
wild,
know if it'll be and one thing we're doing, you're going to like this. There's a contest over at the Westgate, that 30 props, $100 entry, and me and my partners over at the Sports Money Network, we're going to make a prop show out of it. Go down and pick the props and go put the entry in.
Cool.
Welcome to join us.
I'm going to hit a live bet here in just a second, and Fathead had kind of brought it up. I'm trying to get Jokic points live. If I can get 20 or less with not a lot of juice, I'm going to end up hitting it. I'll say this again. Joker has a lot. I mean, I feel like he's had 9 triple doubles through 3 quarters. So that triple double is definitely not dead unless he picks up another foul, and he's actually Olaying it defensively. So
that's what I said. If these guys, they get in the game, they've got to play some defense. But I don't know if that's going to be. You're right. That might not be the case right now. I mean, we're trending to 120 points in the first half the way this is going. And it's a massive total, obviously, in this game. Everyone was expecting that. I couldn't. No, I did give out the over on the morning show today, even with that massive number.
Did you now? Okay. Joker, 19.5 points to the over is minus 30. I don't want to pay that kind of juice, but I really want to get in on him. You know what? Hey, Fathead chat. What are you guys feeling good about? What are you guys feeling good about as far as Joker goes? Durant, 7 rebounds. Let's wait to see what Foxy puts out there. I know, who was it? Jermaine said anything for the next 2 games. Just wait for Fox. You know, he'll get to it when he gets to it.
I don't know if you covered those other Foxy props, but
what are you on? What's he on?
Oh no! Did you get to the Powell over rebounds, Jones over rebounds, and Vassell over points?
Yeah, we talked about those.
Thank you. Shows you how much I'm paying attention to you, brother.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I'm first time caller.
First time, long time. Is that what you're going to tell me? Your first time, long time?
Yeah. I'm new to YouTube handicapping.
Maddie, what's the like button count? I don't want to get set off, but tell me where we are on that.
Oh, no, we might get terminated here. He also said stop, but nothing you could do. I mean, Holden already gave a disclaimer about his cough drop sucking there.
I'm a little frustrated, man. I'm a little frustrated with the people tonight. If you're on X,
I mean, it's Fox. Holden, we don't have Fox. Plays.
I love Foxy.
There's nothing different about the show. The plays are all there. It's it's Fox. It's the look. It's the music. Here, I'm just a pale in comparison to our man.
Yeah, but you told us a story about your mom and dad having a 40-year age gap.
Yeah, but that was just to try to get viewers.
Dude, that was awesome. If you are on X watching, do us a favor. Come on over to YouTube. Type in Nuke the House. You'll find us. Nuke the House Sports Betting. Watch over here. Smash the like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. And again, if you want a free week, you want all our pre-flop plays, you want NBA plays, NHL plays, golf plays, NASCAR is about to start up. Cash cow over here. Foxy has the soccer plays. Oh, look at that. Pachuca up 1-0. Make sure you the chats are fine. It's the X watchers. Yeah, the X watchers can't hit the like button, can they?
Yeah, well, no. And that's what I noticed today. I couldn't believe it, Holden, because I'm watching the count on that soccer stream where we're doing, and I'm looking over here, and there's only like 75 to 100 in the YouTube. And I'm like, why does it say 350 viewers? Then I pulled up the X, and it says right in the corner, everybody can see it. 220 on there. And I'm like, oh, it is correct. I was like, is this thing working right? Are there really 350 or 400 views? And I think that the Champions League is such a unique event today. Yeah. We made a good call. We've only done 2 of those streams there. And I think that was a good call by my guys to go on there. It was a great job by them.
We got about 150 watching, and they said 25 on the YouTube. So let's go. Let's get it going. You know what?
No,
the people Elon here at YouTube, there are guys and girls. I'm okay with you. I'm not upset.
Elon knows how to get us some viewers, I guess.
Does he?
I don't know.
Me neither.
What do you think?
Had a Mobley double-double. Mobley's got 9 and 8 at halftime. Just an update on Joker. I mean, he can get a triple-double, but he's got 4-0 and 1. That's not looking great. Porter literally has goose eggs right across. He's played 6 minutes. He hasn't done shit.
I'm just looking at these halftime score. Sixers do lead the Kings. They're Cavaliers all over the Heat still, 59-41, taking no prisoners in the Celtics at halftime, up 17 on those Bulls. I know I'm telling a lot of outlandish tales, but I got to go with my best material here for my first appearance on I think I was with you one time with Foxy, but as a young wannabe reporter and sports guy in high school, the star player on the team, Kush, on my high school was Eric Mobley. Yeah, his dad, the dad of the brothers. Dad of the brothers. He was the best player at our high school and led us to playoffs and went on to play at the University of Portland. His teammate was Eric Spoelstra, and he was on the court in the frame. When you look at that tragic moment that Hank Gathers made that dunk and fell back at midcourt and collapsed, Eric Mobley was laid on defense against Hank Gathers in that game. Unfortunately, of course, Hank passed away on that play. Tragically, but what a guy Hank Gathers was. He was incredible. I went to the old sportscaster. I don't know if you're as old as me. They used to have a sportscasters camp in at Loyola Marymount every year, and I went from every year from 16 to 20 years old, and I actually did an Angels broadcast with Hank Gathers. And a famous line I can remember, I probably still have the little cassette tape. The catcher got hit, and he goes, "Ramon, just like I thought, He got hit in the balls.
That's terrific. All righty. Hey, Ramon, I want to go back to something you said about Super Bowl. You think the Eagles are going to be favored by 1.5, okay?
I do. And I think
why in the hell would anybody bet against the Chiefs after what we've seen these last few years in the playoffs? Mahomes has covered 75% of the games. I don't give a shit that I think that the Eagles are a more talented team. They're not better coached. They don't have a quarterback advantage. I just cannot bet against the Chiefs anymore. I'm done. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I was stupid to back the Bills last week, and I got the Chiefs on the money line already. We got the Chiefs future. It's just Chiefs, buddy. What are you doing?
I'll pick a side, Holden. What do you really though? Do you really think though that's what the general public? I mean, I think the public still is in love with Philly a little bit, with Barkley a little bit as well.
They hate the Chiefs.
No doubt about it. But I think public money is the determining factor in the Super Bowl.
Public over big bets.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here.
The volume is so heavy, right?
Sure, 44% of the handle, 40% of the bets on the Eagles, 56% of the handle, 60% of the bets on the Chiefs. For those of you that don't know the handle is the money, and then the bets is the bets. So a lot more handle and a lot more bets on the Chiefs. But you're thinking as the weeks go on, that switches.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of when. I mean, I just have I won't say it's me, Holden. It's me listening. There's a pretty popular betting channel that comes out of Vegas, and they have a lot of bookmakers on the air, right?
By the way,
some of the biggest channels, right?
I don't like what's going on over there. Probably because I'm not working.
You know who my favorite guy is? I've been friends with him on X even before VSiN, and they just canned him. Wes Reynolds.
I like what? No, he's back.
Lineup. Oh, good. Oh, really? I know he was writing the article for the golf this week, but
he wrote the articles. Yeah.
So I hope he is one, because I get a little bit tired of the guys who are on there that aren't gambling analysts, quite frankly. I get it. That's what people want they want the major leaguers. They want Ryan Leaf in the morning. I can't listen to it. I go to, I listen to Chelsea instead of Ryan Leaf in the morning when I'm getting ready for the show. I listen to Jenks and Chelsea as my morning show. You know what I'm talking, right? You probably know what I'm talking about, the BetMGM show. And I like watching gambling shows. But the one thing about listening to
Michael Jenkins doesn't know shit about gambling either, though.
But the one thing is I like to listen to bookmakers. They have a lot of bookmakers on VSiN, and that's the gist that I'm getting from those. I really don't listen to many of the I like some of the analysts, but when the bookmakers come on, I turn up the volume.
Yeah, we had Mike Palm on for literally 15 seconds because he couldn't connect to us. But I was looking forward to talking to him, picking his brain. I got to get Benson on too. I like those guys too. I like talking to bookmakers. You really get the process as to why something's moving, right? So have you heard any of these guys talk about moving the line because of public money in the Super Bowl?
The perception that I'm getting from watching the bookmakers is that they expect the Eagles to possibly move to the favorite before the game. And so I would say that those people who are, Kansas City's not going to move any higher, right? It feels like. So I would say Kansas City bettors could wait here, and Eagles bettors might want to strike now. Now that's my opinion, so don't hold me to that, because I'm giving my opinion on it. So whether I'm right or wrong, we'll see. But I'm not just throwing it out there. It's from listening to what the bookmakers are saying. Guys like, I do like when Jimmy's on that show. It's a really underwatched show, but the show from the South Point is pretty good, and he comes on there, and he's a character in a way, but he does give you some legitimate information with him and Vinny. Certainly, I always watch Vinny every day, Vinny Maiulo. Pretty legitimate bookmaking information. I just like listening to the bookmakers, Nick Bogdanovich, guys like that. And Mike Palm. Sure, he's kind of, cute with his actually, Mike Palm, I didn't know I knew Mike Palm actually, and he had gone to a restaurant that I had kind of been at the that I had managed for 15 years, and I didn't realize. And I said something to him about, hey, just something in passing. I sent him a note, and he goes, "Oh, you should go back and open up a bar like you had in La Jolla." And I'm like, how did he know? I guess I met him at the time. I don't. That's amazing that he remembered and I didn't, because I'm really fond of his segments and stuff like that.
So I got a question. World rank. What do you talk about? Who you don't like over? What I don't know what you're talking about.
Over Holden.
I mean, I don't like. Oh, who don't you like over Holden? That was a joke. You was playing a joke.
Oh, who maybe I don't like.
I just got it. It was an attempt at humor. We are waiting for Fox to drop his, and again, he's sick, so he's just sitting home. We're still about 20 minutes away from tip Minnesota Phoenix. And then we've got a long time until OKC Golden State. Golden State 10-point dogs at home this evening. Let me catch you up on what's going on in the NBA. Halftime, Knicks lead the Nuggets 60-54. Joker's played all of 7 minutes. He had 2 early fouls, but Malone decided to just sit him. That being said, he's got 4-2-2. And I've seen the guy put up 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 6 points in a half. So that triple double's not dead. Porter 3-0-0 in 10 minutes. He's just been, pardon my just dog shit. He's been horrible tonight. Cleveland, we need double doubles from Mobley here, and he's got 9 and 8. We need a double double from Jared Allen. He's got 6 and 5. We need Bam Adebayo double double. He's got 10 and 5. So all 3 of those plays that I've been talking about tonight, again from Fox. All our NBA bets are from Fox. Looking pretty good right now. Toronto just hammering the Wizards 71-40. I mean, what are we going to do?
Okay, I got Toronto was good. I guess I missed my best. I was supposed to do it, right? Eric Mobley. That's how I would do it back. I was, I had a lot higher voice back then, doing PA announcing at like 14 years old. I did all 4 years, of course.
Really?
Absolutely. I couldn't play. I was a sports editor, that.
I did some play-by-play for the Iowa Cubs, and then when there were day games, I'd do the public announce, and I'd be, you remember, he, Sop, Choi. That's what I did. Fathead is taking over 16.5 points for Joker. We were just talking about that, where he wants to gun for the Joker points. Fathead, I was looking at him, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to take that with you. Let's go Joker. Now I'm seeing a minus 130. I'm not betting a minus 30, but he's minus 30 here for 16.5. I don't know where I can find a bettable. Where did you get that at, Fathead? Because I don't know where I can find a bettable number. Again, I'm not paying that juice. That's just absolutely silly. And I don't remember the last time I saw a 16.5 point line on Joker, but that's where we are right now. Nikola Jokic, 17.5 minus 35. Good Lord. Yeah, it was at DK. Yeah, that line moved from minus 20 to minus 30. So I'm out. Nope. No, it didn't. It just dropped to minus 118 at FanDuel, minus 20 at FanDuel. I'm going to bang it. Jokic over 16.5 points. He's got 4. And it went down to minus 12, then at minus 118, then minus 20 is where it's at. So thank you, Fathead.
Yeah, he Oregon affected. It must have been mostly the fouls. Any kind of, he might have shaken off, like I said, an arm or a hand injury there. But I don't see him wrapped up or anything on the court.
Is betting legal in Oregon?
I don't know what Oregon's
the whole West Coast was like, screw betting. We'll allow heroin, but we're not going to allow betting.
No, I moved to Vegas, so I mentioned all those stories about Tijuana. Of course, I was there on the first day of sports betting when Agua Caliente, the racetrack, started sports betting. There were some glitches in the system for sure, but this was, boy, it must have been 30 years ago now. It seems like that they did. But for a while there in North America, Holden, you could only bet in Vegas and in Tijuana or in Mexico, the Agua Caliente business. You might see in the Liga MX games, most of the jerseys say Caliente on them. That is the gambling company owned by the eccentric George Hank Rohn in Mexico, who owns the casino, really the only big casino company in Mexico, and mostly based out of Tijuana, but it's all over the country.
Joker 18 plus minus 105 at DK. That's fine. I took this. 1 point really matters in the NBA. Fox and I were just talking about this last night. 1 point is just, it can really swing things. So I'll stick with the 16.5. Thank you, Fathead, for reminding me to get on that play. Hey, Ramon, I got to run upstairs and get some more cough drops and a little bit of water. You want to open us? You want to get us on the college basketball stuff?
Yeah, I'll just keep talking in the chat here. There's a lot of finals coming in right now as well in college basketball. Just saw some rolling in here right now. Mercer 80-46 over Citadel. I was on a show earlier today, gave out the under in that game final 80-46 Mercer Bears over the Citadel. That one's a final just in. It was Winthrop over Presby here. Winthrop gets the win as a 7.5 point favorite. They got the money. They were favored by 7.5 here, it looks like, and they covered against Presby here in an under. So go ahead and let me know in the chat what you guys are on, or if you guys want to know anything going on. We are approaching the top of the hour here with more games, as I mentioned. Maybe I could give out a play here too on some of these games right now. Rutgers and Northwestern are going to tip at the top of the hour in the Big Ten. You've got Northwestern here, a short favorite. At home tonight against Rutgers. They were favored, let's see, by 3 or so last time I looked. Right now, not 3, 9. They were favored by 7. It went up to 9.5 here progressively throughout the day. The total was 141 down to 137 here in that one. I kind of like the over in that game. I kind of want to fade the move tonight. The thing that kind of distracted me there is that tickets are very heavy on the over. So it seems like a very sharp move to the under, because I'm showing from Don Best, 19 out of every 20 tickets are on the over there. Rutgers getting almost 2/3 of the action here in that one. But I think for me, I want to take Rutgers in this game now that it's 9.5. I'm going to grab Rutgers here. Yeah, they've been up and down with their young superstars here a little bit, no doubt. And you look at the injury report tonight. Both the stars are going to be in there. So I'm going to try Northwestern here, Holden. I just gave out a play. Northwestern plus 9.5 over. Rutgers plus 9.5 over Northwestern tonight. I told everyone it opened 6.5 or 7, and now we're up to 9 here in Northwestern. Pretty big move.
We love piling on Miami. I tailed your UVA plus 2.5. They're up 74-66, 8 points with 90 seconds to play. So good one there, Ramon.
Let's get some winners here tonight. I'm going to hang out as long as we, look, we got, obviously the second half. I don't know how long you want to keep me here, and especially if I'm getting paid by the hour. But no doubt we're going to be in for pretty good second half, I would think.
How long you got? How long you got left? Tell me.
Oh, I sit here all night watching games and handicapping for the next day, brother. There ain't no problem here. I don't have a life. I think all my viewers know, or if any of them have joined me over here, guys like Gerardo and Fernando in the chat, guys have been running with me since I, been kind of mentioned way back with Keg and those guys, but I've been doing some YouTube here for 3 or 4 years right now, and those guys feel like day oneers to me.
I got something here from the Utah Hockey Club, right?
Notice.
They're down to 3 finalists for their name.
Yeah.
The Hockey Club, which I like.
Yep.
The Mammoth, unless there's Woolly Mammoth.
Well, remember what I said yesterday in the chat, Colorado Mammoth's kind of already taken.
Yeah, but obviously the Mammoth is still alive here for Utah. They wanted to be the Yeti. It's not happening.
No, it was a copyright. Now they could possibly. I understand that they might pay those companies that maybe are objecting to the copyright on that. So I don't think it's out of the question. Utah Yeti is perfect actually with the alliteration. But what's the other one? Did you have one?
So we got the Hockey Club, we got the Mammoth, which, by the way, doing some really quick internet research, not woolly mammoths, Colombian mammoths.
Oh. Okay.
Just to let you know.
You're quantifying.
And then the last one is the Wasatch. Was that maybe an Indian tribe that was up there?
I don't know, but
you got the Wasatch Mountain Range.
Yeti seems fine, and maybe they'll just adapt Hockey Club there. Like my old hometown just got Major League Soccer, and they're just going with San Diego FC at this point.
All right. I like that. Keep it simple, man. I still don't like the Washington Commanders. I don't like the Commanders.
Yeah, obviously the one, I love some of the old name. Why would I want my heritage? Now, I don't think we should have team nicknames named after skin pigmentation. I get that. But you could have been a little bit more creative. And why wouldn't I want my heritage not to be forgotten, such as the Fighting Sioux, the Seminoles, and things like that, right? I would think that was something I would want sports teams to name themselves after and do it with a sense of pride. So I may be politically incorrect on that, but why I don't want to see those names go away, like Fighting Sioux, which is one of the best names
cool name
in college sports. So
pretty cool name. I like it. All right, let's get back to a little bit of basketball here. NBA. Foxy plays. Did Foxy come out with these 2 late game bets yet? Not yet.
I haven't seen
it. He might be feeling sick, man. I mean, he missed tonight's show. He might just be feeling like shit. Simple as that.
Sometimes when I'm down on the weather a little bit, you put the bets in, you go to sleep, and hope when you wake up, you get something to look forward to, going to check all your results a little bit too. I know it seems like I stay up, 20 hours a day, Holden, but if those late games are not interesting, that's when I get started on a little rest because, I got to get up at 3 a.m. or so to get ready for a show. You know what that's?
Yeah. All right. So we cashed Malik Beasley like 20 minutes into the show. We needed 15 points. He got us 15 right away. Foxy also on Jalen Duren double. We got 1:29 left in the first half with the Pacers up 6, 194. Duren has 11 and 7. So that's not looking too bad. I got nothing in this Brooklyn game. I couldn't give a damn less. It's 88-66, Brooklyn over the Hornets. We've got Sabonis triple-double out there from Foxy. 7, 12, and 7 for Sabonis. Also had 6.5 assists. He's got 12, so put that on the board if you tailed that and you're a subscriber. Okay. Toronto just whipping the Wizards, 80-58. I got nothing. I think there was a Kuzma bet out there. He's got 17 and 7. The Heat and the Cavaliers. Here we go. Now, we got a blowout risk, which is a little bit concerning. But we got double-doubles on both Jared Allen and Bam Adebayo. Bam's at 13 and 5. We need him to pick it up on the rebound front. Jared Allen's at 10 and 6 rebounds. And then Mobley got his double-double, so good job, Foxy. He's got 14 and 11. Foxy hit that one. Joker's got 4, 2, and 2. We live bet the over 16.5 points. Wisey only played 7 minutes. He had 2 fouls. They decided just to sit his ass. Whatever. Lakers are actually the Clippers and the Spurs. Clippers up 59-49. Again, I don't think I had anything in this game, so I faded that one. We have
final.
What just went final? Hold on. Mavericks game. Okay, here's what I tailed. I got Gafford 16.5 points to the over. He's got 6 with 90 seconds left in the first half. Pels 57, Mavericks 56. So again, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. He gets us 11 points and a half, and he still might get us a couple points before halftime. So that's where we are in the NBA. What do you got? Mr. Ramon?
Yeah, nothing too thrilling, but we'll pass along some final. You guys might have been betting on some of these games here with Navy over Lehigh, 79-54. I'm going to end up a little bit short on the total there in that one, and also it was Drake over Northern Iowa, 66-52. I gave that one out on my last appearance before I hustled over here in that one with Drake covering the number here, although it did go under in that one. I was on the over, but we're trying to find some winners. Also, I want to pass this along, Holden, from the line service just moments ago as you're getting started. Texas and Ole Miss is seeing a significant move here, some steam coming in on the over right now. This one is about to tip. It was 141-ish or so, and now it's up to 142.5. Late steam on the over here with Texas and Ole Miss in that big SEC game tonight.
Okay, let's look. We're getting underway second half with the Nuggets and the Knicks. The Knicks are up by 6, 60-54. Again, Jokic 4-2-2 in just 7 minutes, picked up 2 quick fouls, and for whatever reason, Malone kept him on the bench. He's not favoring his arm now, so maybe that's fine at this point. We're on over 5.5 rebounds for Porter. Porter played 10 minutes in the first half. He's got 3-0-0. He's been a garbage dump tonight. And then Towns, I got 12 plus rebounds, and then Joker 10 plus rebounds at even money. And right now, Towns, if you bet the over 11.5 or even 12.5, he's got 5 boards, 6, 5, and 5 for him. So Russell Westbrook, just a complete career rejuvenation. Thank you, Ramon. Not yet. I can't thank you yet. I think we're getting there though. 28 seconds left in Miami with UVA up 79-71, and Ramon gave out UVA plus 2.5.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I saw Westbrook drive with the left hand, look pretty smooth there. Also, I was trying to read into Towns and Jokic kind of talking to each other. It did kind of look like Towns was saying something to the effect, "Are you okay?" And he gave him a little nod. I don't know if you caught that.
He bumped into him. That was it.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they was referring to maybe earlier in the game or something when we were talking about it. But Towns already missed a field goal here in the second half, and Joker gets a block right there.
Yeah. Hey, Ramon, are you a baseball guy?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Where I come from, my hometown, there's only one pro team left, brother, and they're a fucking mess right now. I don't know if you've been following the story of the San Diego Padres. The owner passed away last December, and now they're in a big tug of war with the wife. The fans are kind of on the wife's side a little bit, but the news has come out within the last 36 to 48 hours that really Mr. Seidler did put his brothers in charge here, and they're going to be approved by Major League Baseball. It's probably a pretty good sign. Nothing against Sheila Seidler. She's been an excellent cheerleader for the team, but you look at some of the things. I don't know if I'm not saying a Marge Schott type or anything crazy like that, but owning a maybe the brothers. The thing was, the brothers are from Texas. Fans are going to get a little bit worried or concerned. We have a beautiful stadium. The team's not going to go anywhere. But it does look like the payroll is going to be slashed considerably. We're going to go back to the old Padres here, Holden, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And probably be sitting there in a bunch of 70-win seasons here for the coming years. We can't sign any free agents right now. Nobody wants to come here. Of course, the Dodgers end up signing, Sasaki, and he said point blank, he took less money to go with the Dodgers. The Padres are one of 2 larger suitors, and he said, well, the Dodgers front office is a little bit more stable. Probably said in Japanese, but
hey, what are you going to do? Put it on the board, my friend. Thank you for the play. UVA plus 2.5. They went outright. So
bring them. Oh,
stick a fork in Miami. This is just Larinaga left, and it has just gone to hell, hasn't it?
I mean, you look at the funny thing. You look at all the teams in the ACC, and they all have respectable records except for Miami.
Yeah.
4 wins this year.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get back to a couple other things going on tonight. as far as the hockey goes, I don't have too much in hockey. It's what do we tailed Philly? Philly's getting smashed 4-0 heading into the third.
Boy,
Minnesota up on Toronto 2-0. That game's in the third.
Nice.
Kings Panthers 1-0 Florida. They're on the power play 3 minutes into the third. Vancouver Nashville about to get going. Our boy Gerardo's on Utah minus 130 something. They're hosting the Penguins.
Utah, it feels like.
Yeah. I still get sick to myself. I can't stand Sidney Crosby more than anything because he beat the USA in the Olympics in overtime. That was crushing. I'll never forget it. Onyx, are you a subscriber? I need to know. Are you a subscriber, Onyx? He's going with Chris Paul over 7.5 assists. We got overtime, Fernando says, in a North Florida game.
Oh man, how about that? Like I called out, was going to be a very, very high scoring game between these two teams. Ended up being pretty close to the number there, I think. It's 96-96, Holden.
Yeah, we got Pachuca from Gerardo, Liga Mexico, 1-0 Pachuca, 47th minute. Then we're on Juarez a little bit later tonight against Santos Laguna. Again, Gerardo's a sharp guy, so why not? Why not? And why not check us out free for a week? Go to nukethehouse.com, subscribe to any plan. We won't charge you after 7 days if you don't want to be charged. You get the free week with the code Nuke the Playoff. Sign up for any plan. Nuke the Playoff, the code. You get, hey, you know what? You'll get all of our Super Bowl picks that are already out. There's 15 on the board. Also, pre-flop, live bets. We send them all to you. Real-time in-game betting notifications. So just so you know. That's right.
There's that last group there from Foxy. You see right there. I get it on my Discord here, and don't think that I don't follow these plays. I'm, that's not a token subscription. I just love to accumulate a bunch of information. You mentioned that Virginia game. It did go well over, however, tonight.
Joker has 4 points still. So I don't even know if he's getting to that 17. I don't want to lay down yet. I'm not dead. We're not dead yet, but it's definitely not a great scene right now with Nikola Jokic, and that's on Michael Malone for sitting him. I mean, that's just what is Joker? Joker's head isn't even out there, dude. He's like setting picks. Porter's driving to the net. This thing's a debacle. Total debacle. I want nothing to do with it. Done. Dunsky. Okay. What else? What happened to Auburn tonight? How did they do?
Yeah, in the game against LSU, Auburn leading here by 13 with just it is a final now. I don't have it yet. They just cut to the Mississippi State game, so I'm going to need the line service to update me here.
87-74, and guess what? LSU was getting 12.5. They didn't cover. Auburn did. So, and then the total was 149.5. Let me try and do. Oh, that blew through the over. That went way over. Way over. Any other ranked teams that are in action right now? Texas Tech over TCU, 67-55. Buck 18.
The Alabama Mississippi is the big one here. 4th ranked Alabama against 14th ranked MSU.
And what about DePaul? Did you have anything on DePaul against 25th ranked Connecticut's 37-34? Just underway in the second half. DePaul on top.
My goodness. Wow, DePaul. Look, they obviously did well in the non-conference schedule, so I think they are improved. And once they hit conference play, it seemed like back to regular old DePaul. But, Connecticut, I thought they had the what was the quote, Holden, that Hurley said? He's the best the best effing coach in the country.
Fucking coach in college.
Yeah, and totally taken out of context, right? He knows all those referees. They're his buddies, and he can say that to them with a straight face. And it's more like, don't talk to me like that. I'm the best, no disrespect. I don't believe by Hurley. I think it's just an unfortunate, and everybody even want to say when he tried to spin it, I totally believe Hurley that, you see him chumming up with the refs before the game. They like Hurley for the most part, it seems like. And I think he was just saying it to be flippant and have a little bit of fun. Like, don't walk away from me. I'm the best goddamn coach, whatever. So, I know it was a bad look. I can't defend him here because of what everybody thinks, but I do believe that.
Hey, throw your best bets in the chat if you want to. How you doing tonight in the chat? Nets finally went over their team total. Been riding it there the past 6 games. So, good job. Good job, Fernando. You're in it for the long haul there. For those of you that are on Porter rebounds, you need 6. He just picked up 2 quickies in the third quarter. Jokic has 4, 3, and 4. So, and hey, by the way, Denver's up 72-66 over the Knicks. And the Knicks were kicking their butts. But it's amazing what happens when Michael Malone puts Jokic and Porter back in the game. I think it was a mistake to sit him, but you know what? It's not looking that way right now. It's looking like it was the right decision because his team's up and they needed some defense, and they just had absolutely nothing going on.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a bummer here. I just gave out Rutgers, and now I see here, and I checked the injury report, but Dylan Harper is missing the game once again, the 18.5-point scorer, the young star for Rutgers. He is out of this game. So I've already gave it away. I've already bet it, but Rutgers, obviously they knew something here, and I should have read into that line, but my injury report didn't have Harper on there, but he is not playing in this game against the Cats here tonight in Evanston.
All right, Jared Allen double from Foxy. Put it on the board. Way to go, Foxy. We got that one. He got the Sabonis. Well, Sabonis needs, I think, 2 assists to get his triple-double, so he's doing good there. Nice night from Foxy so far. Sabonis over assists. That cashed. And then he's got Bam Adebayo double-double at slightly plus money, plus 10, I think. He's got 15 and 7. So 3 more rebounds for Bam. That's entirely possible. Minute left in the third quarter. Right.
Geez, watch out. I don't know. I might get asked back, and we'll just have Fox. If he's going to win, we'll just have him send in the plays. Yeah. We all know who the better looking. Apparently, he is because of all the views. But
hey, while you're sitting here,
my doppelganger, if you get the right angle.
I have promoted Nuke the House a ton tonight. For those of you who don't know, Ramon did the Up to Lock show with me in the NFL this year. We followed the late steam. We gave our best bets. And now he's got something called the morning steam. Tell them all what you do, Ramon.
Every morning I go over the betting card, full NBA and NHL. So if we have a big card, we'll kick the sorry teams off of the show once in a while, and then usually pick the top 10 or 12 college basketball games. It takes about 2.5 hours to get through it, but just me talking to the chat basically and going through all of their plays as well. I flash everybody's play on the screen. If they type it in, Holden, I flash it on the screen and kind of react to it. I say, oh, we've got, Fordham and LaSalle. LaSalle's a 4-point favorite, and I like Fordham. And then I'll go to the chat and say, Mel likes Fordham, Gerardo likes LaSalle, Fernando likes the over. And that's kind of the theme of the show. Sometimes we come up with a little consensus pick in there as well and kind of highlight those people there. And that's pretty much and then the steam goes off, and I always interrupt to say, hey, these are the line moves. And I do so because I think it is very important when the line moves. I try to give people actionable betting information on the morning steam every day on YouTube. The channel is called Sports Money. If you're just doing a YouTube search, we call it the Sports Money Network. My friend Mike Mikey Money, we call him, as kind of the proprietor of the channel, him and his brother. And I left a big channel, 45,000 subscriber channel, to join a channel that had just over 500 subscribers because I believe in those guys. I've since been asked back to that 45,000 subscriber channel. Surprise, surprise. And go over there a little bit now too. But I really believe in what the guys are doing.
Do they pay over there?
No, but I get to tout my wares, if you will, and that's
good.
Yeah, that's how I get paid. You get my picks, everyone, over at winnable.com. $4 a day, $8 a week, $19.95 a month. If I can. And I've kind of told them that, hey, if you wanted to do something, I told the proprietor, I said, take a look at what they're doing over at Nuke the House. I don't want to call it a copycat or anything, but I think it's a great model, the spreadsheet style with a team of handicappers. Everybody wants to go off and do their own thing, Holden, and they all think they're going to do content until it's time to do content. I believe having a team of cappers where people gravitate to several people, I think creates better and more a robust viewership. And you'll be proud of me on this one, Holden. The UFC starts this Saturday from Dubai at 6 a.m. Well, my time. You know what 6 a.m. is? That's my call time for the show. I'm pushing my show back to 3:30 a.m. Pacific, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, because we kind of feature, just like Keg, right? UFC is a big pull for us in our viewership, and those guys got to be on the air live. So my show is going to be at 3:30 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday morning, and I'll still do the whole card, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'll probably sleep during the undercard and wake up for the main card, though, is what I'll do. We
got a pretty big partnership that we'll announce here within the next week or so. And then there's another partnership. We get that one. It's to the moon. So I think we got big things going on at Nuke the House. And it's always tough. Once NFL season ends, you got to pick it up. So we are doing the NFL, but
that's right.
This place is known for NASCAR. I get it. They have made so many NASCAR fans. It's like people that made fun of it. They sit down, they win money with Jay and everybody else.
I watch the boys, Coop and the boy. It's just I don't chat in that show because I don't think I have the
acumen
there. Even though I go back, I'm a NASCAR fan from way back a little bit. I covered a 3/8 of a mile paved oval for a newspaper for a 30,000 subscriber newspaper for about 10 years. So I know my way around the pits, if you know what I mean.
I do not. I've been to one race, Kansas Speedway. Used to talk with Greg Biffle.
As a reporter, as a reporter, I mean, covering your beat every Saturday night, sitting in that booth. I did like the smell of the rubber and the roar of the engines. With they'd run sportsman stock all the way down to the the ponies, the pony stocks. Those are the Pintos. And
I think Onyx just hit a nice
of the
bet.
Time of my life for doing that.
I think Onyx just hit a nice bet. He had Beasley 20 points. I already talked about Sabonis. Cash him, cash Monk. I didn't tail all your plays tonight, Fox. I should have. I just didn't get around to it. But we also got what was the other one you just got home? We got Jared Allen double home. That was a good call.
I know.
Well, you know what the obvious here, Holden, for if Fox is having a big night, he's going Jordan on us, okay?
Of course. Yeah, it's his flu game. That's all it is. Gerardo, I am a MMA and NASCAR fan because of Keg. But I mean, what does he say? We got 3 of the top 20 live bettors in NASCAR, probably the top 2 in Keg and Coop. And then we've got Adam, who knew nothing about the sport 4 years ago, and now is probably a top 20 capper.
One thing I truly I like playing DraftKings NASCAR, but in Vegas we don't have DFS. One thing I miss about California is playing DFS. I really like DFS, especially baseball, and I miss home a little bit. I've came to Vegas here to try to be a betting analyst. I think it's working out okay. We all could do better and make it better, but
I hate Vegas. I lived there for 1 year. I hate it. It's the damn summers. How do you deal with the summers, man? 5 months of hell.
I've been here 3 years now, Holden. I came from San Diego, man. That's a paradise, heaven on earth, America's finest city.
Yeah.
I don't need to even discuss it, really. Granted, a total bias here, but I've been around the country a little bit, and I think it's pretty much the best place in the whole country.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people like their hometowns.
San Diego's ridiculous. I love Colorado, man. I don't go into Denver very often at all, but Colorado's just the most beautiful place.
You know what else is great down there? Talk about the gambling and everything. And I did work in the TVG truck doing the graphics for 5 years with Bruce Chips. And I love Del Mar. I mean, I love it. Absolutely. Yeah, I worked there a little bit, but just hanging out at Del Mar, betting the horses on a beautiful weekday afternoon. Really can't beat it.
Onyx, I got to ask you again, are you a subscriber? If you guys are not subscribers and you haven't used your free week, nukethehouse.com, subscribe. Nuke the Playoffs is the code. Let's hang out for another 10 minets. Then I got to go rest.
You know, my job was in the TV truck, and those trucks get cold. You know that. But I did the graphics, and when the horse would come by, you'd press a button for the next name of the horse, and then the chiclets. That's what they call those little things that in the modern day, when the numbers at the bottom, they look like little chiclet gum. They call them the chiclets. And the producer would say, Ramon, you got to get those chiclets off the screen when they hit the last eighth of a mile. You're waiting too long. We're not sending that one in for the Emmy Award.
I like it. I like it, my friend. All right, let's roll through some of these plays again, and we'll get out of here in a couple minutes. If you got anything in Denver, me and Fathead bet over 16.5. Jokic hadn't scored in the second half. He's got 4, 4, and 4. Where are you going to go?
It's not me. I know we usually hang for the whole game, so I know it's a little different when Fox is on the air firing. We don't quite have as much.
Well, I'm just not feeling great, man. It's as simple as that.
Oh, you too? Okay, yeah. No, fair enough then.
I'm up to 23 Ricolas now.
Yeah, I just want it to be me, my big moment here. With the
you can stay on as long as you want.
Oh, you're going to leave me here alone?
I don't give a shit. You do a 3-hour show by yourself, don't you?
Yeah, and that's why I don't. You every night. Look, Holden, I'm sure you could give me a hard time for every time you've asked me on the show, but I can't get on the show if I don't have a link, brother.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not one to go in the chat and say, send me.
You want to know the funny part about it is? The one I sent you is the same one.
Oh, you do the StreamYard.
Anytime you want to come on. Boom.
All right, I can. Oh, I'm gonna just come on when I want now.
Yeah. You can come on and bother us.
Yeah, you use that generic one now. They changed that a couple of months ago where you can just use the same link every time.
Yeah.
It's funny. And I think if Keg's watching, thank you, Keg, for letting me come on.
Watching.
Holden. Okay, will you tell him this too, though? I think I've said it before. When we used to do the show on Google Hangouts, Holden, it was a program that they had where it didn't quite look like this, right? And then they said Google Hangouts is going away, and we were all panicking a little bit. And I was already looking at trying to do streams, and I said, Keg, there's a thing called StreamYard that just came out 3 or 4 months ago, and you're going to want to look into this. And look, I know everybody can do OBS, you can do your own graphics or whatever, but I think this is just fine, especially for someone like me that isn't technically inclined. But I type in all my graphics, a line every morning, every game. Kush, when I have the show, I just type in the line for every game and flash it up there as we go along. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes. And I think it's a pretty good program. And I remember telling Keg about it when it first started, and we went to it, and now everyone uses it.
I love it. I've used it for a while too. I think it's a terrific platform. All right, buddy, let's get one more college update here, and then I'll update the NBA. And then we'll see if I'm in the mood if my throat's in the mood to stick around. This is going to be my 25th throat lozenge tonight. 25.
Well, let me start then. By the way, we got the game that I kind of teased off here with the show, right? I said, let's take Wichita State at home in this game against North Texas. 1:19 to go. North Texas in the lead here, 56-54. It's a sweat. but we're getting those 4 points or so. Maybe you're getting 4.5 there, but it went off at 4 and coming down the wire here right now in that one. Also, you mentioned DePaul, man. What's Hurley's excuse now here in this one with DePaul leading by 2 in that one? UAB over Tulsa here by 6. I gave that one out earlier over. I do the if I can mention this one, the Tony's Picks Happy Hour at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. I'm on there 5 days a week right now. Thank you to those guys for inviting me back there. Also here, just looking at some of the important games. By the way, that game did go final, that wild North Florida game. It was 101-100.
Wow.
How high a scoring game it was going to be, and that's what we got in that matchup there. Final. Here's that NBA final coming in right now. If I can interrupt the college over quick. Brooklyn over Charlotte, 104-83. Another under for the Nets, and they get the money again. You can make fun of the Nets, but if you bet them every night, you'd be making money, that's for sure. So, okay, 101-100 North Florida. They didn't cover. Remember I said when go over, I was saying I like Stetson to hang there within the number. 101-100 North Florida got the win in that wild game. Not great teams, but I think everybody knew, or at least the way I talked about it this morning, knew it was going to be a wild one. A lot of handicappers were on that game, on the over too, that I follow. K-State is rocking against Oklahoma State 62-35. Also, Creighton by 4 over Xavier here, 58-54. Still 12 minutes to go in that one. The big ones here in the SEC, Texas 14, Ole Miss 12. Alabama leads Mississippi State 23-21. SMU 17, Cal 14, and St. Mary's is out to a 14-8 lead over Santa Clara. Thank you very much for that acknowledgement on UVA there with that 11 victory there. I think that was one of the featured picks that I had certainly on the show here today. And I'm just looking back to see if there's any other big time final. Oh, one game still in progress. Listen to this one. Charlotte and Temple, 78 all, second overtime, just getting underway there right now. Charlotte looks like they're going to cover, although we've seen some of these college games end up still covering some of these big numbers the last couple nights with the big favorites. Also, Maryland beat Wisconsin 76-68. And I think that's it for the major games there. Go ahead, Holden.
24 Ricolas. We're going to pop 25 right now. Cash Brunson's threes. Nice call. Foxy. He's having a really good night. And again, we're very transparent here. That's the one we track all our picks. Foxy had a tough run of it. He was down for a little bit, and I just kept telling him, I says, listen, man, you're really good at what you do, and I'm not going to stop telling you. And guess what? He's doing exactly what we thought he'd do. He's turning the corner. He's starting to win money again. So this is when you want to hop on. He's just starting to catch fire again. So we got Foxy right here. We got Ramon from the Morning Steam. I want everybody to smash the like button if you can. Most people are watching on X. If you're watching on X, come on over to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. Subscribe, turn on your notifications. You'll know when we're on. Final. So we got that going on. Let me update some of the things in the NBA. Let's see if Joker is going to score here. So Joker was doing nothing for a while. He just put up another 5 points. So he's got 9. Me and Fathead need him to get 17. So let's see if we can get that.
Yeah, we're going to be in for a finish for sure here in the Garden.
It's a good game, 86-84 with the Nuggets on top. So, again, we're looking for a double-double from Bam Adebayo. We'll be sweating this one. He's got 17 and 8. He needs 2 rebounds in the last 6.5 minutes. It's a 14-point game. That being said, we did get the double-double from Mobley, and we did get the double-double from Jared Allen. 2 out of 3 wouldn't be bad. 3 out of 3 would be absolutely spectacular. Foxy crushing the Sacramento game. Let's see what Gafford's doing now. You scoring yet, Gafford? Nah, he's got 12. We need 5 points from him. Yeah, this is good. This is good. We might be cashing Gafford too. So, Jokic triple-double, probably not going to hit. MPJ over 5.5 rebounds, probably not going to hit. Gafford, I think, hits. Ooh, the Flyers not going to hit. UVA plus 2.5 from Ramon. That hit. How did VMI do? They must have covered, right?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I kind of skipped that one there. VMI, the 11-point dog, 11.5-point dog, a winner outright tonight, 74-67.
We cashed Malik Beasley, 14.5 over 14.5 points. He did, like, we were not even on the air for 20 minutes, and he did that. So those are the ones. I tailed some of them. Sabonis, over 6.5 assists. Sabonis triple-double. Yeah, Fox having a good night, man. Really good night, which means we're having a really good
what
night.
I say to Fox doing. How about that, Holden?
What's up? How about, oh, look at you. Little fireworks back there. I like it, man. I like the fireworks. It's looking very good.
That's for Foxy to get better.
Feel better, pal. I got to feel better too, but we'll come back and we'll do Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Ramon, if you want to hang out, you're going to have to talk more than me is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'll let everybody go tonight. I mean, we're going to be talking enough tomorrow morning on the morning's team. So anybody, though, that wants to see that show, I mean, obviously it's all, you can watch it a little later. It's pretty much good all day as far as some of the information in there is concerned. I'm heavy on the trends on that show. I think it makes for great content there, and we track the live line moves, and that's really I'd like to make some winners. I like to make some plays. I make a pick on every game, so I have winners every day. They don't always go my way, but it's more fun that way, and let everyone in the chat, you can come in and make your plays too. So if you want to join me, it's at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Sports Money on YouTube. We're a fledgling little channel right now, and got some great guys too, and we have our own companion coverage as well in the UFC and stuff like that. I want to steal any thunder from these guys, but we run some preview shows over there too with some picks, right? Previews of UFC already up on our channel for this weekend's card from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with that main event with Adesanya here this weekend. Like I said, it starts at 6 a.m. Holden.
That's pretty early, dude.
Yeah, 9 on the East Coast, but over there in Saudi Arabia, they like to go there because they've got a pretty good fan base over there. So a couple times a year they run that early card.
Jason Neff, go get your free week, pal. NukeTheHouse.com. Subscribe. Any plan. Nuke the playoffs. Nuke the playoffs. One word. He goes, you can't possibly handicap something what happened with the Joker and Porter. Just bad luck. But and that's why it's so difficult. Sports betting's so difficult. And the fact that these guys win and all the picks are tracked, you can't cap it. That him and Porter got 2 fouls. Jokic and Porter got 2 fouls right away. They sat the whole first half, especially what's his name, Jokic. Then you play like 4 minutes in the first half. Nothing. Cash Powell. There you go, Foxy. Nice one, buddy. Nice one. I mean, the Nuggets aren't getting their asses kicked now. They're only down 7 at the end of the third on the road. Come on.
Yeah, a little bit of a run there. I was actually, the way the Nuggets took that lead and everything. Look, full transparency. I'm on the, I'm on the Knicks here as a premium play tonight, but a little surprised there on this run currently.
Let me go see where Jared Allen is before we get out of here. Jared Allen. Bam Adebayo, 17-8. Jared Allen already cashed. Foxy throwing a couple more cashers in there, which is really good as well. And we got to get Gafford back in the game, get us 5 points, and we cash that. Yeah, Derek Jones, plus 145, Foxy. Nice work. Smash that like button on the way out. Ramon, I really want to thank you for hopping on, pal, doing this with us, 2.5 hours. Do you think we should just stay on till the end of the Nuggets game?
Well, I know it would be,
No, don't worry about my throat. I think we should stay on to the end of the game.
I do want to just mention real quick. I know that this is a sports show. There has been a plane crash tonight, Holden, in Washington, D.C., and the plane may have had 50 passengers over the plane crashed with a helicopter over the Potomac River. 60 passengers were on board the plane, but the story is just breaking within the last maybe 30 minutes it happened, and the news is just kind of rolling in. So, cross our fingers. We've really been you and I are of the age when it used to happen maybe a couple times a year, but we really haven't had any major, plane disasters right now. So we hope that is okay. But I'm seeing that coming across the timeline here pretty rapidly now, and the more you see the major news outlets reporting it, right, kind of feel like it might be a bummer. Hopefully, maybe it did go into the river or something, and maybe we can have a good outcome of this. So let's get back to sports. Though.
I had a condo right on the Potomac. The airplanes looked like they're going to hit my apartment all the time, or my condo.
That right? That's what I'm seeing. Some descriptions from some eyewitnesses, because they said one says here, I've seen planes fly over here, many times. So empty net goal here for the Wild. It's 3-1. That probably is going to be the final with 15 seconds left. Hey, I'll chalk up a winner on the morning steam, and then I'll chalk up a winner right here on Nuke the House. I had
here's the deal
on the morning show and the under here with you, Holden.
We'll stay on to the end of the game, the Nuggets game. All right. Now,
is there enough view? Only like
we got 165. That's fine.
Oh gosh. I better straighten up.
Well, most on X, but that's fine. Let me go get some more water.
Using X, man.
Some more water, some more cough drops.
Toronto beat Washington 106-82. It's a final, and poor Washington Holden. When is it going to end at this point for Washington here right now? I mean, how many have they lost in a row here at this point? And oh boy,
final
14, 15. I don't know how many it's been. It's bad losing.
Here's the good part about working with you and Fox. You guys love to talk. So, yeah, thank you, Paul Hart. I don't know why you're saying good job, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, you hung in there.
Oh, yeah. So let's do it. Let's keep going. Okay. Now, if it's a blowout in the Knicks game.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Double digits, maybe here 11 minutes ago. If they get up to double digits, it's your nugget. It's your Nuggets. I've got the Knicks tonight.
I grew up a Knicks fan too.
Oh, is that right?
I'll talk about that when I come back. Give me 2 minutes, Ramon.
All right, and I'll look at the action here with the Knicks leading 94-89 right now, 5-point lead. So it doesn't feel like the Nuggets are out of this at all here at this point. We've got some finals come in as well. Mentioned that Raptors, a big win there for the Raptors, and an obvious under. Wizards falls short of 100 here again. Man, the Wizards. George Mason beat Loyola Chicago 58-53 in overtime. That game, 111 points in an overtime game here as George Mason gets the win there. Loyola Chicago, I offered that up as a premium on my service on Winnable, and they get the money as an underdog. Here's that North Texas final. Hopefully you got the hook there with me, or it's going to be a push. I'll tell Holden when he gets back, but I did give out Wichita here. Plus, I think when we talked about it, I may have said 4.5, but I think most people, it might have landed on 4, as North Texas did beat Wichita 58-54. So may have been a push here. Hopefully nobody got any worse than that. I really didn't see any 3.5s out there. So could have been either a push, or maybe you did get the win. And here's McBride with a hoop right now, 97-93 with 10 minutes to go there for the Knicks. But all the stars are in right now, and you got Murray and Jokic and Nuggets here. Let's see, Jokic going to put up a 3, no good. Knicks with the rebound. A couple other final. A little steam coming in here right now. Oh, this is for tomorrow. The Lakers and the Wizards are already taking some steam in their game tomorrow. Some overnight steam, if you will, in that one with the Lakers and the Wizards. Maybe, after the Wizards have just wrapped up their game here. They're on the back-to-back, obviously. The Lakers are a 6-point favorite. This total open 226.5, and we're seeing early steam to the under right now. This is kind of the feature you get if you join me on my show over there in the morning, because that's when I'm on the air, that's when a lot of the moves come out. So interestingly enough, steam already coming in there. The Lakers and the Wizards tomorrow. Holden, I gave out the that Wichita State play. Most of the line closed at 4, final 58-54. Hey, hopefully some people probably got a hook in there, but it was close. I don't think anybody was going to get any 3.5s out of that. I didn't deal a loser, I don't think, there. If you did, apologies. But Pacers also wrap up their game with the Pistons. Hard trying Pistons, give them some credit. They've been doing an okay job, but Pacers maybe getting back on track here. 133-19. They win and cover in a big over here.
So completely different note here. And the Nuggets are down 7 to the Knicks. Timeout on the floor, 9:42 to play. Need Jokic to get 6 more points. He ain't getting that triple-double tonight. And, I mean, it's not his fault. He just sat on the bench. Malone didn't bring him in after 2 fouls. Did Bam get the double-double? We got it? Foxy. The dude. Let me see here. He's got 17 and 9, so we need one more, Foxy, and that's it. All right, let's go get that next one. Bam came back 1 rebound away from double-double. Very good. I don't even remember what I was going to say, so who gives a shit? Cavaliers.
The Panthers going to wrap it up here. They're up 3-0 on the Kings tonight, and the Devils are going to close out the Flyers. Could be a couple of shutouts here.
3 points away from Cash and Gafford. We got the whole fourth quarter there. So Fox really having a good night. You're having a good night too, Mr. Ramon.
Yeah, it seems like I'm going to be in the profit here. Some of the premiums over on Winnable, I'm kind of just getting edged in a couple of them, but we're making a pretty strong run here all of a sudden to think we're going to end up in the black or in the green, as I like to say.
Mel, you on the hockey club tonight? Is that why you're saying go Utah Hockey Club?
We're all on the Utah Hockey Club tonight. I went with them on the morning's team, and I did just give out the under as well on my appearance on a show before I joined you.
Okay, so I
did 4 shows today.
You did 4 shows. You're a machine, dude. The problem is, I can't get a good number on the hockey club. It's minus 36. I can't bet minus 136.
Yeah, that's pretty much the going rate. Bet online $1.34.
Yeah.
Bovada $1.38.
Right,
DraftKings $1.42. Out here at the South Point $1.40. I didn't mention the South Point app. I have that one too, obviously.
Yeah,
South Point. So interesting. They only deal in 5-cent increments, and they never put juice on any of their plays. That's an old. You mentioned Jimmy Vaccaro, right? That's what he prides himself in.
Yeah. For me, there's no reason to go to Vegas anymore. You can just bet at home now. And I get it. You're there. You're in the center of it. Vegas used to be the betting capital of the world. I feel like, and I don't know why it's not there yet. I feel like New York, you look at the handle in New York, man, it's insane. And I don't know if it's because they're not allowed to build casinos there in the middle of the city or whatever. I know they got books down there. To me, New York is going to be the capital of betting sooner than later. So that's just where I am. I know you live out there. You love it.
Yeah, you almost. I start the show by saying that, actually, and I don't know if I believe it, but I always say, from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, listen, VSiN is even now moving away from Vegas. That's because of new management. But you know why I don't like it, besides for the weather? First of all, the drivers are the worst. I don't know how much you drive there. Brutal. The other thing was I moved there when I was 25, Ramon. Okay? I moved there when I was 25. And the first 6 months there were remarkable. The last 6 months, I left broke. So, it got to a point where I was at, I think it was, we did our show from Mandalay Bay, and Jokic just hit a 3. He's got 14. We're in the mix there. It's a bonus with the triple double. Let's go, fathead. We got it, baby. We're right in the mix. So anyways, just, with that, we used to do our national radio show out of Mandalay Bay. JT the Brick was there. I think he was in California. Scott Farrell. We had a really good roster at Sports Fan Radio Network, right?
Yeah.
Now, we started to do our show from there. So, banging cocktail waitresses, just the best time ever, Ramon. Problem was I lost so much money. I took a cab home. It's 2 weeks before I left when I knew I had to leave. I took a cab home. Didn't have the fare to pay the guy. So I just had him pull over, ran out and ran home. I said, I got to get out of here. And luckily, at that same time, I got a job in Des Moines, Iowa, doing Iowa Cubs baseball, dude. You want to talk about going from one place to another like it's crazy. That was crazy. Come on, Joker, get us another 2 points here.
Sounds like a dream, and that I think that's Mike Palm's favorite minor league team.
Iowa Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun calling that, but you're not going to make a living that way. It's cheap to live there, but there's a reason why it's cheap. Did we get the Allen triple-double yet? Bam triple-double yet? No, we ended up a rebound shy. Oh, that sucks. All right, but good job tonight, Foxy. You hit so many bets. Absolutely ridiculous. Nuggets hanging in here with the Knicks. You ever been to a Knicks game at Madison Square Garden?
Never been to the Garden. No.
Yeah, pretty cool place. My first ever professional sporting event that I remember going to was a Rangers game in the early 80s. Little kid, Rangers and the Penguins. I loved all the fights. That was fun.
Yeah, and I think one of my favorite, because I have been to a lot of, whenever we went travel, I worked as a tech support and setting up trade shows for a software. Is one of my first jobs. I remember going to the old Montreal Forum.
Ooh.
Before now, back at the old building, and watched a game. Montreal beat Toronto 7-0, but it was all about the fights on that night.
What's the best game you've ever been to in your life, or the most memorable game you've ever been to? By the way, chat, you want to throw something in here? Is there what's the most memorable game you've ever been to, or the biggest game you've ever been to? I really am interested in that. How about you, Ramon?
For me, Game 4 of the 1984 National League Championship Series against the Chicago Cubs. You might remember Darby hit the home run to opposite field to send the game to a fifth game. The Padres got blown out in Game 1, came back and lost Game 2, but then swept 3 straight. That was in a 5-game series. And talked about my mom, Holden. She got the money together and took her 15-year-old boy to Detroit for the World Series.
So cool.
She never made it to the last game. She was actually at a bar across the street. But very memorable. Even though Padres got crushed in that series, they did win Game 2, and that's when she decided at that time to go ahead and get the tickets, and just the time of my life, go into a party, right? And my mom liked to party a little bit. So 15 years old, and she hands me a cocktail, and I'm like,
that's really cool.
What do I do right now, with this? And that was a big time memory for a young man who was a mama's boy a little bit, right? My dad had already passed away just slightly before that. And or I guess it was, maybe it was, no, I think it was after that. But nonetheless, taking her boy that was a big sports fan, obviously, to Detroit to watch the World Series. I've been to one Super Bowl as well, been to a couple of all-star games and plenty of baseball playoffs with the Padres, and some at Dodger Stadium as well. So those are some of my favorites, I think. Those are ones I think of the most.
This is pretty cool right here. Mel went to Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final with the Avs and the Devils. Could you imagine that? Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final? I can't even imagine. Put it on the board, guys. Thank you, Fathead, for getting me on Jokic over 16.5 points. You got 17. Cash it. I don't know if you tailed that, Foxy, but that was a big win. Taylor Mathis courtside on the wood. Where?
Steam play.
Oh,
Where?
on the next game here, or?
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. There I see it now. If anyone's interested, you can find her OnlyFans shots without any clothes. So
really I'm on
great.
Fansly because I can do a little bit more creative content.
Most memorable Jermaine, Syracuse, UConn 03, attended the draft. By the way, I'm a Kansas grad, and Syracuse beat us in the Final Four in the championship that year. Mike Lee had a chance to win it, but then I got 2 other championships with Kansas, so it's good. This Knicks-Denver game is very compelling. The Denver just won't go away, man. There's 4:30 to play. New York up 110-106, and that's the reason why we're on right now. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, listen. Good for Taylor Mathis. Way to go. She's using whatever.
Right? I mean, all
Good
I can do is 8 hours of shows a day to try to get a couple hundred views. But shout out Taylor Mathis there. And, the hottest name now, I can't even compete with C-Blez, apparently.
Yeah, it happens. A-Rod's sitting next to her, too.
So, oh, no. Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to go home with somebody tonight. Shout out to who? Truth Teller? I don't know. Shout out to what? Truth Teller?
Oh, Truth Teller here. Awesome. Hi, Truth Teller. Hey, he's the Truth Teller. I'm the Truth Seller. Hey, I hope everything's going great out there for you. Truth. He's had some a little bit of upheaval in his life, and I think he's doing pretty good right now, getting things going. So, Holden, I got one thing. You gotta show your imagination here a little bit. So, I talked about my trip to Detroit. There's just like all the World Series, there is a video of the. You go on YouTube, right? I never saw this until probably about 10 or 12 years ago now, but I took this picture now. When the Tigers won the World Series, I didn't have my mom in the stands. I had to go meet her on the bus.
Yeah.
Right, to get back because we were going right to the plane, and the stupid bus driver left Padres charter on the front of the bus driving through Detroit. But
God.
What happened here is I was pressed up against that old blue chain link fence. Remember, it wasn't chain link, but it was that rubbery. Okay. Remember how the Tiger Stadium fence?
Oh, yeah. Old Tiger Stadium, 100%.
Right, and it had that little go out. And I thought I was going to make a quick getaway. By the time the second out came, I was actually in a kind of almost a human crush. It wasn't like those soccer crushes, but I couldn't get away. I was pressed up against that fence. The third out came. I couldn't get out. The fence collapsed, sending everybody on. People fell on me. It was not a painful thing at all. It just fell and people scrambled everywhere. You remember, everybody remember they used to run on the field all the time back in the 80s, the Yankees and all that. So everyone goes running on the field, and I see people ripping up turf off of the Tiger Stadium, ripping, because how they're in like little chunks, right? Little like squares, So people are going, I'm like, I want some of this turf. So I grabbed some of the turf, and I'm looking for a getaway. And I didn't know it was going to be on TV at the time. I was wearing a members only jacket and some jeans, and I'm holding the turf like this. Now, you got to use your imagination, but I later found this photo, and I'm pretty sure this is Ramon right there at Tiger Stadium.
Oh, cool.
Background. Who else would, why would that be, right? So,
were you 16?
Yeah, 15 at the time, right? 1984. I was born in 68 and December of 68. So, yes, 15, 16. And so took that turf, put it in my suitcase as we got on the bus, and tried to save that turf as long as I could. It only lasted about 3 or 4 months. It really didn't even put it down anywhere. But that was my adventure at the old Tiger Stadium as we lost the World Series. And being from San Diego, Holden, I've never celebrated a world championship in anything with my home team, indoor soccer, 15 championships notwithstanding.
Hey, Truth Teller, if you want a free week to nukethehouse.com, Ramon's already in there. Nukethehouse.com. You get our pre-flop picks. You get just so much. Our Discord's so many sharp bettors. Real-time in-game betting notifications. Fox is on fire. He put all his plays.
Hey, just put one in there too, Holding the new one if you want one more before we get out of here.
Yeah. What?
He's got one more. He's got one more there.
He's on fire. How can I not continue to tail this?
Let's put in there.
All right, I'll give it out.
He might be loading up with us right now real quick.
Williams and Wallace? Okay.
Yeah.
That should be for the last game of the night. Let's see here. That doesn't tip. Oh, he's throwing in more than 2 plays, dude. You're getting more than 2 plays with Foxy.
Okay, well, we'll have something to bet on here.
Yeah, we got some plays coming in.
We've got Pajemski coming up there too.
All right. So this will be from, let's see, the game hasn't started yet. The Warriors and the Thunder. Okay. We got Pods over 8.5 points. Podzemski.
Final.
So we got Pods over 8.5 points. I mean, the dude's on fire. It's just been building up. All right, Pods minus 105. They just moved it to plus 104. All right, good. I'm gonna throw down on that game. On this game, we got Wallace over 3.5 rebounds. Oh, we got Williams. Not Jalen Williams. Can't be Jalen. It's got to be the. Oh yeah, Jalen Williams. Okay, it is Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams. He had 19.5 points. Now it's up to 20. I won't be tailing that one, but I'll shop around and see if I can get a number there. And then the other one is for the rebounds. And again, OKC and the Warriors is what we're talking about here. And let's go find Cason Wallace to get 4 rebounds at plus 115. So Cason Wallace, 4 rebounds, plus 115, all full unit bets that he's thrown in there. So that's good. Let me see if I can find a Wallace rebounds. Go down to Baited real quick and pick that up. It's a 10-point Knicks lead over the Nuggets. I don't see the Nuggets coming back, but
139 to go. We're just about out of here, but I want to update one more here. Holden. I tried. I have a sweat when we get off the air here, but I think we might be alive here because it's going over. I think for sure that Omaha, South Dakota game, 79-78 Omaha. We're laying a little bit of a point and a half here or so, but it is probably going over at 157 right now with 4:23 to play. So hopefully you're gonna be at least alive for a little sweat. Thank you very much for having me tonight.
Yep. Give me 1 sec. I just want to get the best number on Williams for the people, and then we will get the hell out of here.
Now, Bart, the winner from the Knickerbockers, by the way.
Jalen Williams, 19.5 minus 25 at BetMGM. So if you wanted to get that Jalen Williams play, OKC Golden State, you gotta pay the juice minus 25, but the dude's been on fire, so I'm totally going to tail him. We got 15 minutes till that game tips off too. You have a good time tonight, Ramon?
Yes, I mean it's more fun than just trying to get your guys' attention in the chat.
Yeah, I agree. It is a lot more fun. You're welcome to come on whenever you want to.
I know, but man, this is Fox's show, man. I tell you what.
Yeah, but you can come on with Foxy.
I do feel bad for when you leave him there, and you're right. He has a gift of gab, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah.
Oh boy, I feel like this is my moment that I should be on with Fox right now while Holden's gone and try, and keep him going.
Oh, we're leaving on a casher. Oh, first of all, we got more than one casher. All right, Cash Pachuca from our guy Gerardo, Mexican side.
All right, Pachuca.
Okay. Cash Zion.
Getting ready for some tennis betting tonight too. Here in a couple of hours while I,
Cash Gafford. Seriously, Foxy's not feeling good. When he posts how many units he's up tonight, it's going to be amazing.
No, I feel great about that because he couldn't make it, and he comes through big time with a big time performance. He really holds himself to such a high standard. When he a few L's come in, hey, we just tell it like it is, right? You almost have to cheer him up sometimes and keep him motivated, but it all pays off when you got a night like tonight.
All right, friend. Great. Knicks are up 9 with 90 seconds. We cashed a ton of bets tonight. It was great.
That put back by Towns feels like the nail right there.
Thank you for doing this on short notice, Ramon. I appreciate it, man.
My
pleasure. Really do. That's great. We cashed a ton of bets.
Because of Keg and Fox too, but Keg really kind of got me interested. I was trying to get on those shows. I was in his chat. Ring that bell. Ring that bell.
All All right, I'm going to play something else since we had such a night.
Fox.
We're putting everything on the board. My man, Ramon, check out the morning steam. Buenas noches.